This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. Citizens are advised to take the following steps. Stay alert to news media events or local emergency alert notifications. Avoid contact with the infected. If evacuation isn't possible, move indoors and initiate in-place sheltering. Use a gas mask, or if none are available, cover your mouth and nose with a clean cloth that has been soaked with a solution of 1 cup water and 1 tablespoon of baking soda. Also, cover bare skin and make sure that cuts and abrasions are covered. If exposed, remove clothes and seal in a plastic bag. Immediately wash off using copious amounts of warm, soapy water or a diluted 10-to-1 bleach solution. Since biological agents are being used to combat the outbreak, be sure to shut the windows and air intake vents to your shelter. If possible, stay upwind from the source of biological agents. Seek medical attention as quickly as possible after coming into contact with the infected or a biological agent. If evacuated, do not return home until local authorities say it is safe. Upon arriving home, open up all the windows and doors to provide natural ventilation. Do not attempt to try mechanical ventilation, such as electric fans, as an explosive threat may be present. Find out from local authorities how to clean up your land and property. Discard food and water supplies that were impacted by the hazardous material contamination. This is the emergency broadcast system.
Is anyone out there? We're survivors held up in a warehouse. The zombies have overrun the city. Supplies are running short. Is anyone out there? Please, we need help. We're almost out of food. The zombies have been beating on the doors day and night for weeks now. I'm not sure how long we can keep them out. Hello? We need help.
You can call me stupid, yes, you can call me cheap. You can say I'm lazy, you can say I'm weak. You think that using her would get to me, and if you're right then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no, I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D. But when it comes to her, you better keep it sealed. Don't you dare say a single word, or I will strike you where it feels. You think that using her would get to me, and if you're right then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D.
While there is still no word on a cure for the virus, government officials report the virus is not airborne, but can be transferred through contact with blood and other bodily fluids. The virus seems to be making people uncontrollably violent, and also somehow seems to be reanimating the dead. When asked, a White House spokesman declined to comment on whether or not this was a terrorist attack. Due to the violent nature of the ones infected, the virus is spreading rapidly. Government officials are reporting that there is no known cure for the virus and is urging citizens to stay in their homes and avoid contact. Citizens are also urged to lock and barricade all doors, windows, and any other point of entry. Riots nationwide are prompting local governments to declare martial law. The president is asking that citizens find safety and remain calm. Authorities are working on a plan to contain the outbreak.
Diamonds so pearls, and I don't wanna take you traveling the world. But I can love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'll give you all of what I've got, the fancy things, baby, I have not. Just gonna love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, baby, cross my heart and hope to die. Golden trinkets, mobile phone, expensive shoes, you can get your own. Just gonna love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. Just gonna love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, babe, cross my heart and hope to die.
On today's episode of Zombie Network News, your official UB source, our hosts, Slayer Woof and Nifty Original, are going to play Undead Blocks live, talk about Undead Blocks related news and information, and talk a little about Web3 content and life in general. Undead Blocks is a wave-based zombie survival game that is still in its beta gameplay phase. The full game is expected to release the end of 2022. You can download the game free at wagyu.io. Nothing said on Zombie Network News is financial advice. Always do your own research and make your own decisions. And now, a word from our sponsors. Zombie Network News is powered by FlyingPhoenixPCs.com, Quality Reborn. Go to flyingphoenixpcs.com to get your quality custom PC using coupon code ZNNUB at checkout for some amazing savings. They even have pre-built PCs with prices starting at just $700. Support Zombie Network News when buying your new PC from flyingphoenixpcs.com by using the coupon code ZNNUB.
Good morning. Let's hear. Make sure everybody can hear everybody. Yes, everybody can hear everybody for once. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining Zombie Network News this morning. It is Taco Tuesday. If you guys like tacos, I don't, but it is Taco Tuesday, so welcome to Taco Tuesday.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You can't just say you don't like tacos and then just move on to something else like it's
well, I went back to welcome to Taco Tuesday. It is still Taco Tuesday for everybody that likes tacos. So we got that going today. We have confirmation last night. I'm just going to go ahead and start right off with this. Grant said yesterday that the RPG might not be in game, and then he confirmed last night that it will, in fact, be in the game at launch. So don't worry about that, guys. I know a lot of people were stressing about that. That, to me, a minor issue, but I guess it was enough of an issue for some people to make some noise, and it's going to work. It will be here on the release day. So, yes, every weapon will be available on the day of release. So that's the new biggest update from yesterday.
And so for that, does that mean that obviously that release it's not full game at that point, because at full game you'll only be able to use the weapons you have, right? So that's just like the...
Well, I mean, it'll be available in full game, though. So if you have it, you'll be able to use it. Where as of yesterday, it wasn't even going to be in the game because it was still broken. So I guess sometime during the day yesterday, Wagyu Games figured out how to fix it, and now it's going to be prepared. So that's a good thing.
That's how you do that. Nice.
So that is the biggest update that I'm aware of. Of course, a bunch of little stuff always happens every day. We don't find out about everything until you guys do. They did release the... here, let me go ahead and go to that. They did release the in-game way that it looks.
Ooh, let's go. When was that? This morning?
Yep.
I haven't even been on yet. Let's go.
It is on the Twitter. The Twitter.
It's on the Twitter.
Why? See, this thing keeps logging me out. I think it's because I cleared my cookies last night.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Now I'm in bright white mode here. Let me get you guys a little bit of darkness here so it's not so bright. As soon as I remember how to do all this stuff. Appearance. And I thought it was an appearance. It's not an appearance?
Probably in settings and support, I would imagine.
I'm in settings.
Display. Yeah, settings and support. It's display. And then you could do lights out. So if you go to more, the three dots at the bottom, then you go settings and display.
Oh, it's because I went to
settings and support.
Yeah, I didn't go to Twitter. I went to Chrome to actually try to fix it.
Oh yeah, no, you can do it right in the
mistake
Twitter.
was. Display, yes.
You can do it
there
right
it goes.
in the
That's
Twitter.
right. Okay, so there we go. Now we're not so bright on you guys. Now we will go to Undead Blocks and go ahead and just find it the easy way. Because it signed me out of that account also. I need to re-sign into it later. There it is. Here we go. Let's go to a full screen. Get a good view of that puppy. To the moon.
To the moon.
So, and this...
wait.
let's just go ahead and reaffirm that again. It is 100% a free skin. All you have to do is give them your L2 Ethereum network address, and you'll get this skin.
If you have the packs.
Oh, that's the PAX one. So which one is the one that they're just giving for registering?
The Stonks one.
The Super Stonk. Oh, okay, so your Cricket Paddle. See, that's why I'm verifying.
Yeah.
All right, so this one is not the one you'll just get. This one you have to buy at least 2 legendary or 5. What is the middle pack name again?
Oh boy, that's a.
Legend. So anyway, so you have to buy at least 10 of the low end packs. You have to buy at least 5 of the middle end packs, or of any of these. So 10, 5, or 2 of the legendaries, and you'll have your. I think it's just a chance, right? Or was it guaranteed?
If you have that, so we got the common coffins are 0.1 ETH, the rares are 0.02, and the legendaries are 0.03. So there's common, rare, and legendary, and yeah, you have to get 10 of the common, 5 of the rare, or 2 of the legendaries to qualify for that skin.
Right. Here we go. But it's a pretty badass skin. That's it in the game. Yep.
I mean, just that alone is worth it, right?
I mean, that's basically a super stonk weapon too, because look, it's got your purple circle logo on it, and then the moon is 2 purple ones for the word
Yeah.
moon. So this is essentially a super stonk GameStop Reddit skin too.
Yeah, I would say so.
Do you only have to have the coffins, or do you also need a weapon NFT? You just have to have the coffins. You don't even have to own a weapon NFT. This is the beginning of the free-to-play player embracing. So it's basically giving all your, what would be considered a free-to-play player. I mean, you still have to spend money on buying it, but you don't have to you don't have to buy the game or buy an NFT. You just have to, spend some money on loot coffins, just like in Fortnite, spending money on whatever those things are called. I don't remember anymore. I think they're just.
Oh, they have a special name for it?
I think it's just extra items. I don't even think they actually make it. Yeah, as far as I remember, Fortnite got rid of the randomness, so you just directly buy what you want.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So if you want for example, To the Moon skin, you just buy it?
right, you just go to their marketplace and just buy it.
Badass. Morning, Light Cloud. How you doing today, buddy?
Yeah, that RPG skin does look badass. I'm glad that they gave us the tease on what it looks like in game.
Yeah. I mean, that's like, again, it's we always touch on it, but it's just day after day, something cool. Like that's worth the wait, I think, right there,
And we're live with 9 viewers on Twitter currently, but then everybody catches up. Like every time when I check later on, we have like 200 viewers. So our the Twitter blows up pretty quick.
Pretty sweet. I'm gonna head
I just
on
wish
over
they
there
could chat
and-
with us from there.
Yeah. Well, we'll get them to know that they just come on into the Twitch and
Twitch.tv/UndeadBlocksOfficial. It is actually in the bio though, or in the link when they watch on Twitch, so they could just join over. It's not
Nice.
not impossible.
And that one goes to the
battle pass is Fortnite. Yeah, well, everybody has a battle pass now, but you can still go right into their marketplace and direct buy stuff too. I remember that. I think a battle pass is almost a requirement for most RPS games, FPS games. At this point, they're just so expected. Still feeling like crap. Can't wait for sickness. It's not the big C, is it? Man, look at all these guys. Everybody has their own avatars today, except for KG. What's up with that, KG? You're the only person here almost every single day for our entire existence of this show, and you're still walking around with a plain blockhead. Let's get them fighting.
Yeah, get a battle royale going.
All right, Light Cloud, man, I do hope you start feeling better soon. Being sick sucks. Just in general.
Oh,
I
God,
had when I
freaking-
demoted you. How did I demote you? You should still be you should be a VIP, which means you have access to everything.
Oh yeah, he got demoted down from being mod.
Yeah, but at VIP, so it won't let me do VIP and mod. So for some reason, I thought a VIP still got mod.
Let's go.
No, give that fine gentleman his mod roll back.
If it makes me have to get permit. Oh, of course. Well, I can't.
No. Wait, you can't? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, because I cleared my cookies, so now I'm gonna have to get
Oh,
I'm gonna have
don't
to
worry,
get a
don't worry,
token from
don't worry.
Grant again.
I got you, buddy. I got you. Don't worry, I'll hook you up. Here we go.
Because I had to pay another $300 extra last night for my 2 extra pages on the patent. It cost
Oh,
another
wow.
$300 just for 2 pages.
Jeez.
And so in order for that to go through, for some reason, it was giving me like a cookie block. Like it wouldn't go through. It said if I cleared my cookies, it would, and then I cleared my cookies, and it went right through. But for some reason, it said something about too many links or something to that effect were in the way.
KG, you sir, I knight you, sir KG. I just redeemed his roles for him.
All right, good.
Now he's like, damn it, I didn't want them back.
I had fun not having to be boss.
Yeah. Now you get to suffer even longer with us, KG.
Cute puppy. Cyber Crew has. What's up with this guy? Anything special or just a drop? Does this come with anything? I think it's one of your coolest. Thanks for everything.
Where was this question?
Somebody asking Cyber Crew about this It looks like a really
You're reading the news.
yeah, it looks like a really broken bot to me. So, Professor, try getting 6 weeks off work when Undead Block mode squads modes come out. Yeah, I thought you worked for yourself, Buff.
Yeah, but he's like me. You know, when you work for someone like me, you know, your boss is a real jerk.
Undead Blocks and
You-
GameStop. How about immutable? I know I'm the boss. I already knew where that was going. Our loot coffin collection drops. Goes live directly on the GameStop NFT marketplace. No whitelist, no KOLs, just gamers. Power to the players. 12/5/2022. That was Andy popping that out. How many of y'all getting? I'll probably be getting 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting probably. Well, I'm gonna for sure get 2 legendaries, and then I don't know. I'm gonna have to decide on what the next move is. I feel like it's kind of like a trick question. Which one? What are you gonna do? Because you do have a little bit better of
Deadpool is back.
oh boy,
You
you have a
mean the
little
movie?
bit better. Hopefully not.
Oh, he's Deadpool. That's right. That's right. I got see again. We moved on, so I got lost.
Wait, who's Deadpool?
He took Deadpool for his avatar now.
Oh,
he
got
meant
you.
Deadpool is back by his avatar. All right, see, that's
Ah.
short brain span, short attention span.
Yeah, like literally picture a goldfish that could swim around in a bowl and then come around back to where it started and forget that it was even there before. That's me.
Yep.
But I've always been like that, so I'm okay with it. You
Like
know?
I'll
It
usually
doesn't-
circle back. It'll just take me a while to remember what I lost.
Exactly.
Like Dora.
Yeah, if I keep talking a lot, yeah, exactly. Just keep swimming.
Escape.
Escape. That was actually that movie was one of the best movies ever.
It was Little Nemo, Finding Nemo, not Little Nemo, Finding Nemo. I liked it better. I did see the second one, but the first one was, by far the
Yeah, that's what I was
classic.
meant. Finding Nemo. Yeah, it was way better. Yeah.
Sounds like a fellow ADHD. I mean, essentially, neither one. At least I don't know if he has, but I have never been diagnosed with it. But I have no doubt that there's an interest issue with me for a lot of things. So
Oh yeah, I was diagnosed with it when I was like 6. When I'd be on the ceiling and my head would be spinning backwards looking at my parents, they knew something was up.
Damien, they're like Damien. We
They're
got
like,
him.
this kid, and my older brother, he's like a very chill guy, and he's not excitable. Even if he's happy, he's like, yes, that's good. Where I'm like, even if you have minimal cool factor, I'm out. I'm like, that's it. My head explodes. I'm ready to do it.
I don't know. Let's go back to some undead blocks. We are literally weeks away from getting to play. They said yesterday, Grant said yesterday that the multiplayer will be ready to coincide or within a day or so of the opening of the GameStop packs. So that means the 19th or the 20th or the 21st we should be playing. So before Christmas we should be able to at least beta test.
That's so badass. I can't wait.
And then they're still
mean, I
saying by
can
the
wait,
end of
but I
the
can't
year,
wait.
so that's like maybe a week or two of beta testing before they release it. It's gonna be fun. We're so close now, so close.
Yeah. And I keep saying, it's funny because eventually we're gonna be, it's like it's like you're waiting for Christmas morning, and it's like, man, will Christmas morning ever come? And then you turn around and it's already the 2nd of January, and you're going back to school.
This might be the first Christmas in a long time that I've actually been expecting anything and waiting for something, and it's not even something from like family or for Christmas. It's just waiting on a game to drop.
Yeah, you said you don't really do much for Christmas.
I don't. My family are going up to they're going up to Flagstaff for like the week before. I'm like, hell no. I'm like, dope, have fun. I'll be here.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay home. I got my brother flying in from out west Canada here, and he's coming through. So we're gonna go. It's my mom's first Christmas. Well, I mean, last year was the first one, but the first full year since my dad passed. So we're gonna have a go there, hang out, and just have a good good little catch up. But my brother only comes through once a year now, if that, just because flying around the country is not cheap. So you guys are lucky down there. Like you could fly across the country for $99, can't you?
Maybe if I don't know, I don't fly for shit, but yeah, I mean, I know that there are always, because they said that the flight to, or the round trip flight to Tennessee for most people was less than $300.
Yeah, which is insane. Like
Yeah.
for us to fly out to the West Coast is like $2,000 return flight.
Right.
And it's not that far. I mean, it's like a 4-hour flight. I mean, I could fly to Europe for $1,300. So it's
Right.
really strange that we pay so much to fly here. But
It's cheaper to take a boat,
yeah, exactly.
just jump
So
on a cruise
goofy.
and don't get back on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's funny. I was in the ocean for the first time. What was that? 4 years ago. And I'm a fairly confident swimmer. I've done water sports, done wakeboarding, done kneeboarding, done some skiing. Like I'm not a pro at any of them, but I can do it.
Right.
And so I'm pretty confident in the water. I'm not afraid. I'm not worried. So I'm down in Nicaragua, and this guy says to me, I was down there, and my friend was looking at property down there, so I went with her to make sure everything went well. And so, anyways, we stayed at this one place, and this guy was like, "Oh yeah, you ever surfed?" I'm like, "No, but I'd love to. I think it would be super cool to try." And he's like, "All right, cool. Well, let's do it." So I was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "We can go on my birthday." And he's like, "All right, sweet." So then, as we're heading towards the beach, the guy goes, he's like, "All right, well, you're not gonna die on me, right?" And I'm like, "Well, I hope not. I mean, that's like, it's not part of the 5-year plan." And he goes, "Okay." So he's like, "You sure you don't want to go to the beginner beach?" I'm like, No. I want to go to the beach where you guys go, because if I'm gonna surf, I don't want to like go to the kid beach and then cool, I got up, but it's goofy, right?
Right.
So then he gave me these couple pointers. He's like, "Yeah, when you go underwater, if you go under, well, basically when you go under, just remember that don't panic because you will eventually pop up." So I'm like, "All right, whatever." So I go out, and like, it's an innocuous thing to say, but it's stuck in my head. So luckily, as I'm out there on the ocean, and I'm going along, and I got knocked off my board, whatever, went under. I come back up. I'm like, "Yeah, it wasn't too bad." And then the next time I got knocked under, dude, the first time I actually was able to like touch bottom, kick up, and come back up. The second time, I was so far down, like, cause I could tell, cause I'm pretty familiar with water, so I'm like I'm deep, and I still can't touch bottom. And then thankfully that guy's voice was in my head, just like, "Don't panic, you will eventually pop up." So I just went into this like peaceful, just chill, conserve energy, conserve the oxygen, all that. And then it finally, like, must have been 30 seconds. I'm like, bloop, bloop, I pop up, like I shoot out of the water like a rocket ship. And then friggin', yeah, it was pretty scary though. The ocean does not care about you.
Oh, well, no, you just get tumbled and rolled and thrown around and
Yeah.
It's been a while so when I lived in Venice Beach, I think I stepped on the beach maybe 4 times, and I lived there for like 6
Oh
and a
my
half
God.
years.
Wow. Jeez.
But when I was a kid, I jumped in the ocean a couple times. And it was kind of the same thing. Like once you get rolled, you keep getting rolled. And I was little and light, so I just kind of just waited until I got rolled out, dumped on the beach. Like
Yeah.
out. Like here you go. So,
Yeah, well, I'm what they call in the industry husky, and it still tumbled me out like I was a sack of nothing. Like I was walking on the beach, and a rock that was like 18, 20 inches, you know what I mean, like a big giant rock, comes flying in this wave and blasts me in the ankle as I'm just like, "Oh, this is a really nice stroll on the beach, no big deal." Bam! Taken out by a rock.
mm-hmm.
And I realized in that moment, I'm like, okay, the ocean literally does not care at all about me.
I mean, this thing destroys ships. So
Exactly. Container ships that are like 2 football fields long and wide, right?
old Greg says that if a local asks you something like that, to extrapolate the rest of the sentence. So if a local asks you something like that, he's basically telling you that you're probably going to get messed up, but he doesn't want to lose his job.
Yeah, and he's like, so then what ended up happening is then I go to this completely other part of Nicaragua to this other place where my friend knew some people. So we go down there, we're hanging out, and there's 10, 12 people sitting around, and she starts telling them the story about how I went surfing for my first time on this like short board at this beach. And like it was like I said that I like killed their dog out front and the dog's on the thing dead. They turned, the whole room went silent. They turned and look at me. They're like, you went for your first time ever at this beach? Like, what the hell were you thinking? They actually said to me that the guy who did that was an idiot for taking me out. And I said, no. Like, let's be fair to the yeah, I said, let's be fair to the guy. He said to me, are you sure? I said, let's do this. Like, I'm not going to, I didn't want to go and start, I'm just not that guy.
He's like, I'm not going to go skiing and start on the bunny slopes. Fuck that. Put me on the triple black diamond.
Exactly. That's actually how my first snowboard trip, that's what I did.
Let me Sonny Bono it.
Yeah. And believe me, I felt gloriously many, many times that first run snowboarding. But I did it because I was with like 5 friends. Well, I was with a buddy and then 4 of his friends. And they've been snowboarding for years. So we went to the top of the Black Diamond. I mean, in Ontario, it's like the Black Diamond is less than a bunny hill in a real mountain, right?
Oh, okay.
Like, don't get me wrong, for your first time, it's still pretty mental. You go through moguls, you end up in the park. You know what I mean? There's a couple jumps along the way. You got to make crazy moves, but yeah.
Never been skiing or snowboarding.
Oh man, that's like snowboarding is my happy place. Snowboarding spent so many days and we don't even have, like I said, our hills here are kind of goofy. I mean, they're better than no hills, but yeah.
Yeah, but you guys don't have to make your own snow.
Actually, in the one place around most of Ontario they do actually,
They
because
still have
the
to make
snow.
their own snow? Wow.
Oh yeah, the snow. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's like have to, but if they want to survive into the April season, you know what I mean? Like if they want to make it fully through the winter, they pump mad snow. Like, so we have, I don't know if you're familiar with, but it's called Georgian Bay. So one of our main ski place in Ontario is called Blue Mountain. It's in Collingwood, and Collingwood is on Georgian Bay, and they actually have giant pipes that pipe Georgian Bay in, and they spray the hills, and then they wind up with 2-3 meters, so like 3 yards of snow depth, right?
And it's reusable water because it just melts right back into the
exactly
bed.
Melts back to the ecosystem. Yeah, exactly. So
except for all the dirt that gets added to it on the way in, but
yeah. Well, I think it probably would. Yeah, who knows? Actually, I don't know. They probably got crazy runoff in the springtime.
all the ski sludge from the bottom of the skis, the wax that wears off into the snow. Sad ski days in Ontario. I mean, I haven't been there since I was 18, so.
Yeah. Well, that's like I was saying to you, the funniest part to me about Ontario is that there's pockets of it, that get blasted really bad with snow, but there's a lot of parts of Ontario that you guys get way more snow than we do, just south of us.
Right, and it's just kind of the same type of idea, though. I mean, it's like the same here. Like, I'll have 110 degrees down here, but I can drive 30 minutes and have the snow right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Like picture Grant got 6 feet of snow. I'm about 2 hours from Grant. I got 0.
Right. You got a fleck of snow.
Hold on. Actually, let's rephrase that. Not only did we not get snow, it was plus 10 2 days ago.
Oh. Everything I know about Canada is that there's an area in Canada that's illegal to own a rat. Wow. I mean, there's a lot of really, really weird. I mean, there's a city in Illinois that won't allow the children to ride their tricycle on the sidewalk. That's illegal. So there's stupid laws pretty much everywhere, but not being able to own a rat, that's a new one to me.
I mean, that's kind of prejudice against rats, but I do know, I think it's the States that they have a place that you're not allowed to cook a pie on Tuesday. Like, there's some really goofy laws around the world.
There's still a law in Pennsylvania. Of course, it's overwritten because of all the other laws, but it's still considered an act of law that when you get released from prison, that they're supposed to give you a handgun and a gold doubloon.
Oh, really?
Upon release. Because, back in the 1800s, you needed that for life to live, right? So that way they didn't let you out and you didn't go commit another crime. So they gave you what you needed for life, but it's still actually an active law in Pennsylvania. It's just overwritten, of course, by all the other laws. But it still sits there.
That is crazy.
And that just actually it might be two. It's a pistol and 2 gold doubloons. So like the math on that right now is basically like they're giving you a pistol and like $3,000 out the door. I mean, it's
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm like, that's a good 6-month plan. Just go do something innocuous, like piss on a cop car. You know what I mean?
yeah. Just
And then you
go
get
do
let out,
3 to
get
6
2
months,
doubloons.
get a yeah, exactly. Come up $3,000 and a gun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more stoked about having the gun, to be honest with you.
Well, in today's society, people would just be like, oh, now time to go rob a bank. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, they would just leave and be like, oh, let's go make more money with this illegal gun.
Yeah.
So against the law in Texas to own more than 4 adult toys. Wow, that's a really odd one too. I wonder who's like, is it tracked when you go to the store? I mean, you can only, I mean, it's like they don't even track your pot. No, I get it. Like I know there's a lot of really weird shit. It's like pot. Like they try to say you can only buy so much in a day. Well, yeah, you can only buy so much in a day from that one location. So you just go to another fucking location and buy more. I mean, it's not.
Oh, yeah, you guys.
They don't
that's-
track
yeah.
in between locations. That's illegal for them to do. So
Right.
because it's protected by the HIPAA Act. It's just a really weird thing that, you know, there's no real way to govern that unless they're raiding your house because they know that you're a fucking you're on OnlyFans or doing some shit,
yeah.
and you got a wall full of toys.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
oh,
You
you're in
got-
Texas. Hold
you
on a
got the
second.
tickle trunk.
Oh man, I could see that though. Like they're just trolling OnlyFans. They're not even watching the content. They're watching the background.
Yeah, exactly.
How many toys you got there? 1, 2, 3. Does that qualify as a toy? Because that's just a post from the chair. Or the...
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, that's a candle, but you never know.
Oh man, that's definitely a weird one. That's the first one I've heard of that one.
Yeah, that's definitely like, all right, we get it. You guys have got some wacko laws. But also, too, the thought you got to have for yourself is, who is the person that decided that should be a law as well?
There we go. Hey, look at this, guys. You guys want to know who built my FlyingPhoenixPCs.com rig right here? It's Zanziki. Good morning. I'm the zombie fan at Flying Phoenix PCs that actually built your rig. Looking forward to watching the streams. Love the energy. We appreciate you being here, brother. Thank you for watching.
so much for being here.
And I
man.
absolutely love this PC. Today
And
we
thank
have
you for
the
supporting it.
today we have the AI reindeer, very evil, playing the fiddle Santa Claus in my in my display.
I was actually going to ask you what it was in there because I could tell it was something I didn't know
Something
what it was.
different. Yep. Yeah, it's the
Like I recognized the nifty one because I know what it looks like. I recognize the undead blocks, the ZNN. So
it's the AI evil Santa that we did the other day.
oh, sick. Okay, cool. That's hilarious. Yeah, welcome in, Zanziki. Thank you to you and Flying Phoenix PCs for supporting and believing the channel. It's pretty amazing. It definitely is what's making it. It's what put the grease on the wheels, as they say.
And I have fun with it every day. I go into it and I change all my colors and I find a new logo and a new graphic. Sometimes I'll go back to some of the old stuff, but some people waste time and money passing them. Well, it's not some people. Every single year they waste time and money passing stupid laws. There's several hundreds of laws passed every single year in the United States that make absolutely no sense, and they're just there so they can get more money.
Yeah, the funny thing is they passed laws with like 72 other laws hidden in the
In it.
background of the one
Right.
law.
Right, it's like
Where they're
that.
like-
Whatever the last thing that they gave all the money away for, half the stuff that were in that was approved in that bill had nothing to do with what the bill's name was. It was all
Yeah.
extra shit that they
Yeah.
added into it.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna pass the Save the Puppies bill, but then it's like also
it's
you know,
covering everything else that you don't look
Yeah,
at. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like the prestige magic trick. Like, okay, here's this, but this is what we're doing over here. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
And so
Man, I love that you always reference that movie. That's like
I
a
love that
top
movie,
10.
man.
The top 10 for sure. Because you kind of don't expect the ending, so it's like
you really don't. And that was one of the few
Yeah.
movies that I did not guess. Like, I had no fucking clue that was going to be how it broke out.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that
because
movie.
especially the fact that like when the guy, I don't want to,
Yeah, don't
It's
give
like
it
a
away to the people
spoiler
that
alert.
haven't seen it, but it is definitely a good movie if you have not
Yeah,
seen it. It
watch
will
it if you
surprise
haven't.
you at the end. I'm gonna open up the game.
I'm already murking some zombs myself.
Because we're gonna do
Yeah,
a
you should-
little bit of share your screen.
You should let Zanziki see. Oh, I just got murdered by zombie scum.
That's what I said. Share your screen. Or are you already? I'm just not knowing it.
No, I just let me see where we are. Is that it? Let's see. Hopefully, I picked the
There it
right
goes.
one. Yeah, I got that.
Yep. There we go. So now he's going to be in there and streaming in the game.
Oh no! Okay, I died.
Oh, well, that was a good start.
Yeah, that was a great start. Well, it's like when you try to do that. You try to pause, but it doesn't let you.
Oh yeah, like the kid we were watching yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I can't pause.
I don't remember his name, but he was pretty funny to watch. It was his first time playing it. My cousin just
First
told me
time-
it's illegal in Florida for an unwed woman to skydive on Sunday. Yeah, that's just crazy.
That
Like,
law makes total sense, though. That makes total sense.
well, I mean, yeah. Why would you want to possibly die on the Lord's Day and you're not even
I
married
mean, yeah,
yet?
at least you could, it's not like you can't go on a Saturday. Like Sundays, it is God's day, so
It's just
I
weird.
totally get it. Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, I totally agree with Light Cloud Zanziki that that PC is some kind of sick. So I wish you guys shipped to Canada.
From what I understand, that's not too far away. It's just not in 2022.
Oh yeah, I mean it's understandable. I did a bit of shipping over the years, and man, I had a friend wanted to ship. It was like they make this type of snowboard. It's called a snow skate, and basically they had these people that they met at one of these events that they did, and they wanted to send it to Tokyo. So I'm like, yeah, I got this discount with DHL, whatever. I'll set you up, And my discount,
Yeah,
if it was 75% off, was still like $900 to ship it, because it's like
right.
when you go over 42 inches or something, whatever the number is, the price literally triples.
Well, and that's why
So
I had
there-
said, when and if we get you sent one, we'll just send it to Grant, and you'll just have to drive over to get it from Grant.
Just go to meet him at the Peace Bridge.
Yep.
I'll meet him at the Peace Bridge. Yeah, because I don't even know if I'm allowed to cross the Peace Bridge right now.
Oh, they still have like COVID protocols or stuff going on?
Oh yeah, we're not allowed to travel without, like, when you come back here, they still try to make you go into quarantine, and
Oh wow.
they don't, but they do. It's like if you let them, then they do, but if you don't, then you're okay. But
Like America says it's not even a pandemic anymore. Like it's barely even.
oh no,
acknowledged.
they have doubled down. We're in the 8th wave. People
Barely
are,
even- I think it's because Americans were just like, you know what, you're not going to keep telling me what to do, and they just stopped listening anyway. So they were just like, well, we lost. Just gave
yeah,
up.
they're like, all right, what are we gonna do? And Canadians like, oh, I just want to go out for dinner with my friends. Like, well, if you didn't acquiesce to these people, you still could do that. But hey, what do we,
Right, that's kind of what happened here. Is we were like, oh, wait a minute, no, we're done with this, and people just started doing their own thing again, and
yeah.
we won out eventually.
Yeah, and I mean it's cool. Like, listen, if somebody, like today, I went to the store, I had to go buy a couple of bananas, so I go there and I see people walking around with masks, and sure, I think it's kind of goofy, but I'm like, hey, if you want to wear a mask, that's
Right, it's an
totally
option.
fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Just don't say that I have to, because I am not going to wear. Like, I went into a Walmart one time, and the guy's like, excuse me, sir, you're not wearing a mask, and I turn around, I'm like, nope, no, I'm not. And he just, and then he didn't even know what to say to that, because what
Right,
do you
he
say
just
when a
gets
guy
stumped.
yeah, he's just like, oh shit, and he like walked away to the back room,
America would be so fucked at a real zombie apocalypse, saying there's no such thing as zombies while getting their necks chewed on. I mean, this is true. We are some stubborn people. It is ingrained in our nature. So
Yeah, but even worse, in Canada, we'd like invite the zombies in
for
we'd be like,
dinner,
no, like come on in for dinner, zombie, and then the zombie's like, "Ah."
and put your
trying to
own
eat you, and you just-
apple in your mouth and just lay on the table.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you are now the dinner.
Just laying there like a stuffed pig.
I think that's what happens, though. Like, I've got a really in-depth theory about it, but the Coles note is when you no longer have to get off your couch to turn on the heat or get food, you're destined for failure, because you don't, like, there's no what's the word? There's no urgency, It's like, it's kind of like why seasons are good, because seasons are good because they remind you that oh yeah, well, the summer is only X amount of time, and if you want to, grow vegetables, improve your home, do work outside, like there's a time to do it, right? And
Right.
then, and then you prepare for the winter time. So
I wonder what would happen if people just started like building anti-zombie walls, like putting up stake fences and shit outside their house. So like you think the cops would come at him like, "Oh, why are you putting that stake fence up?" Well, because it's my house and I can do what I want. But you know what I mean? that would be my answer. But you're not gonna tell
Yeah,
them
yeah.
just in case the zombie apocalypse starts. Are you fucking crazy?
yeah, next thing you know, you're getting your house raided in the middle of the night so they could take you off to the loony bin.
Right, exactly.
I know here in Canada that there's like, laws like you can't have a vegetable garden in your front yard. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of states that have that too, actually, because I watch a bunch of gardening channels on YouTube,
Right.
And they're all like, yeah, it's illegal to have a vegetable garden. Oh my god, that was the craziest death ever. Did you guys see that?
Yeah. But they always have those stupid. It's just control. That's really all it is. I mean, it's just like
but
here.
you'll actually get fined for it. They'll come and like,
I mean,
make
there's
you rip
laws
it
in the
out.
Volcano. I told you about my car. Like, I don't register my car because the police here actually put out a statement to the media and the news and the newspaper saying that they weren't anymore going to pull over and get people for what are basically just collections charges. So
That's pretty sweet.
So people just don't care anymore. Like, you'll drive around, and I would say getting pretty close to 50% of all the cars in Tucson are no longer registered.
Oh wow! That's
Because
pretty
people
neat.
just realize that why am I going to spend money on it if I don't have to? Like, they're not going to do anything about it, so they just don't do it. Like almost everybody's license plate is expired in Tucson.
Yeah, yeah.
Mine's still on a
Yeah, that's
paper
crazy.
plate that expired 2 years ago.
Paper
like I never even got the actual solid plate.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, collecting rainwater is
you mean
illegal
like
in a lot of
you mean like
states.
I thought you were.
Yeah, I have a
picturing it like
paper
little
license
60
plate, like the temporary that they give you when you first buy
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the one that I still have in the back of my window. Yeah, I
Crazy.
never got the physical plate. So Greg says that where he lives, he chases alligators in his backyard with a stick. It's less about urgency and more about complacency. Right, it's about beating them into submission and letting them know that they need to stay in their place. And then, because at a certain point, I'm pretty chill with the gator. Right? They, once they start to realize that okay, this is his place and my area, they're like, okay, well, if we just stay in the water and eat here, we're not going to get fucked with. So that they'll learn.
Yeah, and you just have to realize that it's like I don't know if anyone here has ever watched the movie Natural Born Killers, but like you just have to realize that a gator is always a gator. So don't go like trying to pet it and like snuggle with it. Just like, but also sometimes you got to kick it off your front porch. But they're cool. I could see hanging out with gators. Buy some extra chicken when you go to the store and just kind of hook them up. A bit.
Keep a nice supply of duct tape.
Yeah, exactly. Because you just got or like an
electrical tape.
elastic band.
Yeah, so anything to wrap his mouth. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Collecting rainwater is illegal in a lot of states, actually, which still doesn't really make sense. It's literally free water, and you're still going to reuse it just like they would even if it ran off. So yeah. Fun fact:
that was
alligators
a pretty
will
good
remember a person's voice for up to a year. Wow, I did not know that.
I could see that. Because my turtle would remember me. So I think that
Yeah, I mean they're semi-related. I think they even have some of the same genes.
for sure they are. Yeah, they're like prehistoric creatures. And I think the only difference between them and us is that they don't spend time going to school. So they're not stupid. They're just not us, right?
I mean, you could say the same thing about almost anything. I
Yeah,
guess.
I think pretty well any animal
Almost.
is actually
It's
just
pretty
a,
intelligent. Yeah, I mean, obviously
Yeah.
the most intelligent is going to be a dolphin, which they basically say is the human of the sea. But beyond that, yeah, I mean, like my dog is super intelligent. Now, yeah, he's not going to start talking to me and whatnot. But if I tell him to go pick up a certain toy, he goes and picks up that specific toy. Like he understands.
Yeah, like eventually you have to say like the W word because you don't want them to remember you saying walk, right?
Yeah.
Because then they look at you like, right now we're going now. Wait, 5 minutes? How long? Tell me.
Well,
how
yeah,
long
I
we're
say
going.
outside. They both perk up their ears and start running to the door. So.
Oh yeah. You're like, I gotta go out to the car, and they're just like, ah. Oh man. I
Which
love
day you have
animals.
your own version of school, but it's mostly about not. Okay, now let me read that. Yeah, which day do you have your own version of school, but it's mostly about not dying? I don't know. I got lost in. No matter how many ways I try to read that one, I get lost in that sentence. So.
Yeah, I think he's saying that like as an alligator, you're basically at school.
Oh,
every day.
okay, yeah, from the alligator. That's where I was lost. I think I was trying to read it in
Yeah.
in my understanding of it, not in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
alligator's version.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I just for a second there, I'm like, okay, I got to get into the mind of an alligator, and yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I had a squirrel before that would come when I call it when I'm like, I'd be like, hey, squirrely, I'm home from work, and this squirrel would run down the tree and come
Yep, I
to me
remember.
like as if it was like a dog, you know?
Talk to text is being weird. Oh, okay. I don't use talk to text because it just pisses me off. And then, well, it doesn't really matter either way. I get mad at my phone because even with the auto correct, it's just really auto incorrect every time. So I get pissed off using a smartphone because they're never very smart.
But in fairness, at least it's not T9, right?
I mean, well, the only real benefit to a smartphone is that you do have everything right there. You have a calculator, you have pictures, you have
Alarm clock.
right, you have everything right there, except for when you want to use it for its actual intent, like as a phone. It's just crap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you want to make a phone call, go get a potato because you'd be better off.
Like if you want to make a phone call or send a text or actually use it for something that would be a phone function, it's not very great.
Yeah. Yeah, not very
You want
good
to check
at
on
all.
your crypto? You want to check on your stocks? Yeah, let's do that. That all works fine.
Let's go. Exactly. Just gotta check something real quick.
Yep.
So Zanziki, are you still here with us?
Oh, oral surgery. Ugh. I don't even want to think about it. I have to get literally all of my teeth pulled. So
Oh, really?
yeah, I have naturally hereditary, like really weak teeth. So most of my molars are already broken below the gum line, and I have to, like he said, oral surgery. They're gonna have to go in and literally cut them all out.
Oh
So.
man. Jeez, sorry to hear that, dude.
Yeah, it is what it is. That's why I haven't done it. I mean,
Yeah, just
I might just let myself die this way. Don't they have zombie animals in COD Zombies? They did have the dog, like Cerberus type of dog things for a little while. I don't know if they had anything else for that. Somebody had mentioned on the side that possibly when the RPG version of this comes out, that the animals will also be zombified. So.
Oh, okay.
I said RPG. Is it RPG? Role-playing game. Yeah, RPG. Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Oh yeah, Zanziki. No, the reason I was asking. I was wondering how long it takes to make that PC. Like, what's it like? A day, 5 hours, 2 days? What? Give us a little bit of a lowdown. I'm pretty interested. I love that computer. So
I was trying to get you on when you built it because I wanted to do it live stream and show it to everybody while you were building it, but Will shot me down on that. Said you were too busy.
Yeah. I feel you. Old Greg said, I feel you. Luckily for me, a charity group helped get me free surgery because I'm so sickly.
Sickly plus autism, right?
Shit, man. Sorry to hear that.
I mean, yes, sorry to hear about, what's going on in life for you personally, but it's awesome to hear that there are people there to help people like you, right? So
Yeah.
oh
yeah, that part's amazing. I'm just sorry to hear that you're sick. That's
right.
what I meant by that. If it was unclear.
Right. No, I don't. That's. I was just adding to your.
Yeah. Sometimes I say things and in my head it's like that's perfect,
That's not
and then
what
I
I
listen, I'm
meant.
like, oh, that didn't sound so good
I
out
do it
loud.
all the time. I do it constantly. I was just talking to somebody the other day, and I told them that I was like, look, if you say something to somebody and you don't apologize in the moment because you said something, then you meant what you said. Because if you're going to say something and you hear it right away and you feel bad about it, then you should apologize. Because at that point in time, you then you know that you didn't mean to say that. Like, oh, that came out wrong or whatever it was. But if
exactly.
if you do not apologize in the moment, don't apologize for it later because you did mean it. Whether you said it different than how you wanted to say it, it still came out what you wanted to say.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I call you on it, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it." Then no, you meant it. I just called you on it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I'll say stuff to my wife once in a while, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I like literally didn't mean it to come out that way. I'm like, let me reword this. Especially since English is her second language, so I have to be very particular sometimes when I'm talking to her about stuff.
Right.
Because our inflections and the way we speak, and especially growing up here my entire life, obviously, a lot of the terminologies that I use are different from what they learn. Depending on the parts, 2 to 3 hours on the building, then 4 hours of testing if it goes smoothly. Oh wow, you guys tested this for 4 hours. Nice.
I guess you just put it through the paces, make sure that it doesn't, make sure that there's no glitches or whatever. I'm not really I love computers, but I'm not really a computer guy, you know. So that's why I was curious to know kind of the background of it. Because I mean, looking at that thing, that's just like a work of art, really, to me.
Oh yeah, it's stunning. Like I love it. I do love it. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. My last one that I built was the 2070, and it took me about, I don't know, 5 hours to build. And then 3 days of testing to figure out what shit I had wrong.
Oh man, wow.
I had
Yeah, my brother did it
stuff
with his
plugged
first
into the wrong
computer whenever
place.
he built it. I can relate to that. My wife is from India, and English is
English
her
is her
second language also.
Yep.
Man,
Yeah,
I
so it
have so
takes-
much respect for people who come and learn English because English has got to be the goofiest language ever created. You
Yeah,
could
they do
a
say that
word
it's the
means
most
4 different
difficult language to
things.
learn as a second language because we have the least rules. Like we say we have rules, and then we break our own rules
Yeah.
to our words. So
You should, Zenziki. I think that is literally like, you know, I do a bit of art. We won't go down that wormhole, but I do a bit of art myself. And when I see something like that, it's just a different form of art. So kudos, man. That thing looks so sick. And I mean, it runs like a beast because
Oh, yeah,
now we're able to
I'm
just do
putting it
this
through
with no
paces.
problem.
I'm putting
Yeah.
it through paces, and I'm still not where I want to be with it yet. So
Yeah.
you know, three more computer monitors and a camera or two, and this thing's gonna be rocking.
Yeah, you're gonna be calling up NASA like, all right, if you guys need any help, you just shout me real quick. I got
And
you.
send me about $100,000.
Yeah. I mean that goes without saying. Like in a suitcase too. Like I don't want any of this friggin'
Non-sequential
e-transfer
bills,
bullshit.
5s, 10s,
Yeah.
and 20s only.
Yeah, I want 5s and 10s so I can spend it at the local Quickie Mart. So let's get that out of the way right away.
Without a doubt. Jesus, Simba. He's snoring away today. I
Just
hear him
tapping
over my
it.
headset.
I love when dogs snore because it's just that it's the most pure kind of form of sleeping.
Yeah, but when he snores, it's loud. And he's only got like a 3.5-inch snout, and he snores loud.
Oh,
But
really?
He snores every night, and it actually helps. Like, weirdly enough, if my wife snores, it wakes me up. My dog snores, I fall asleep. So,
Yeah, you're like, I love this guy.
yeah.
I love it.
Not that I don't love my wife. I don't love when she snores, but
No, I
it's
know,
cute.
yeah,
It's
I
cute
didn't
when
mean
he
it like
snores.
Yeah, and imagine being your wife too, because she's like, you freak out, and will you stop snoring? And then she's like, but the dog is snoring. You're like,
Yeah, but that's calming.
yeah, you're like, yeah, but that doesn't annoy me.
I think it's just that it doesn't happen often, right? It's just one of those things. Like he snores every night, so that's just a normal background sound.
Yeah.
It's just the same with me. I don't snore typically either, unless for some reason I'm either sleeping wrong or whatever. So I think that's kind of one of the things. It's just one of the out of place sounds, like catching that faucet drip.
Yeah,
Once it's there, it's there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, or like your fire.
Yeah, the beat that you guys hear it, I
alarms.
never fucking hear it at all. So until you guys mention it, right? When you guys mention it, then I'm like, oh, there it went. Oh, there it went.
Yeah, there it is again.
Fun fact about dogs: it's been proven that they probably dream of whatever they did in the week, so there's always thinking about that. Right, that's true. I knew that too. Dogs are kind of my thing, so I do have a lot of the weird facts about them.
I might, I love dogs, but my problem with a dog is that they're so needy. And it's not that that's a bad thing. It's endearing. That's what I do like about them. But because of my lifestyle of being on the road, I can't be that for it. You know what I mean? And I would feel bad. Like my buddy had a dog when we were.
Unless you had a small dog to take on the road with you, because a lot of truckers have like beagles and stuff.
Yeah, that's actually would be cool because then you could that would be the best road mate too.
Dogs
and
are
they're
expensive.
very expensive, KG. Yes.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
it depends. Well, I mean, yes and no, right? I mean, like I bought both my dogs total for less than $100, and one's a
I think he
purebred
means
chow.
like running them.
Right,
Like-
but taking
like-
care of them, right? Yeah. So yes and
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
To like my one dog is super expensive. He cost me just in medicine $150 fucking dollars a month,
Wow.
and that's not even counting his vet visits. So
That's love right there.
yeah, exactly. Yep. So, but then my other dog is has no health issues whatsoever and costs me basically nothing. But then again, on the other side of it, if I want to get him professionally groomed and don't do it myself, that's gonna cost me $60 a month. So.
But you kind of have to with those dogs, don't you?
Well, I grew up my adoptive parents, the ones that I always talk, had all the bad shit happen. Well, they actually owned pet stores, and she was one of the best groomers in the Pennsylvania, New York New Jersey area.
Oh wow. But
So yeah, I kind of already know how to do it. So I do it myself for the most part. Like I don't cut his hair, but I brush him out, give him baths and all that myself. I don't need to do the
Oh
rest.
yeah, your dog, does he like the bath, or what's his?
Oh
what's
yeah,
his deal?
both of them love them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They'll go outside and when I'm running the hose to like water the plants, they start jumping in front of the water. Like they want to play in water. So.
That's awesome.
And then Dexter, he's a pit bull and chocolate lab mix, so he's kind of naturally ingrained towards water.
It's a pretty interesting mix. Chocolate lab and pit bull. That's actually a pretty cool. That would be a pretty cool dog.
He's
I
real
like
chill.
chocolate labs because they're big and goofy, and they're just like, you want to throw the ball again? You know?
Right, that's exactly what he does. He'll go out there every time I say outside, he's running out and he grabs the ball and he brings it right to me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and he looks back
and he
like-
won't go to the bathroom until I throw it, and then I'll throw it, and then he'll grab it, and then on the way back he stops and pees, like holding it in his mouth. Like,
Yeah, he's like,
okay,
yeah, he
let's get this done.
forgot. Yeah, he forgot because he wanted the ball so bad. And he's like, oh yeah, I gotta pee. Oh man, I love dogs. They're so goofy. My favorite is cats. I know I've said it before, but
Yep.
cats are my favorite just because they're so easy. You train a cat at the beginning, and then from then on in, it's easy street with them.
Depends on breed. Some dogs are not healthy. Right. Some dogs just, or size-wise too. Like some people like to buy the little pocket poodles or whatnot. The miniature-sized pet, because they think they're so cute. But then they don't realize that they only live for like 2 fucking years, right? I mean, you're not buying the full dog. You're really literally just buying a part of it.
Oh, you bought the condensed version of the dog.
Right. And then it's only got like a little lifespan of like 2 years, and they
man.
spent like $3,000 on this fucking thing. So now they're like,
Yo.
by the time you start to fall in love with it, it's about to die.
If I'm looking through the Auto Trader and the dog pet book, and my next car is roughly the same as the dog, I am not buying that dog.
Well, that's what I think. So, and my thing is, like, I would go and adopt from the shelter, but
Yeah.
where I live, I really feel like I'm doing the same justice and saving money in the long run by buying a dog off Craigslist, because especially pit bulls, because who knows what that's it could very well be just bought by somebody and taken down to Mexico to be a dog, a fighting dog.
Yeah.
From where
And
I
then
live.
now you're stuck with that thing.
Right. So I feel like I'm still saving a dog's life, especially pit bull, mixed pit bulls and stuff like that when you buy them off of Craigslist, because you don't know who the guy that's going to buy it is. Maybe that next person is like me and will love the dog, but maybe they won't. So
Yeah.
like I got
That's
Dexter
what
for $40, and I got Simba the Chow. I got him for $75, and he's purebred.
Wow. Just someone couldn't do it anymore.
I think it was because he's military, and so he had his kids training the dog, and they just weren't training him. Like they were still using pee pads and stuff in the house.
Oh jeez.
So
What happens
yeah, and he
one
was just
day?
like, I'm not putting up with that, and
Yeah.
he got rid of the dog. Oh shit! Damn
Yeah.
it! I keep forgetting I have to buy ammo in this mode.
Ah. The old forgetting the ammo trick.
Give me my gun mode.
That's
Just
my move
regular
right
standard play.
there. Yeah. That is my move, is forgetting to reload the ammo. The
I
ammunition.
still have like a delay on firing after I get done reloading this MP5 for some reason.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's not fun or funny. Oh, that's what's up. What we got? Old Greg says I saw a Chaw Dan.
Dan. Yeah, it's a
Which
Chihuahua
is a
and Great
Chihuahua
Dane.
and a Great Dane mixed. I don't know why someone would want that. And further to that,
How
is
the fuck did the Chihuahua
how
survive?
How did that come to be? Like,
It had to
I-
be
you
a
know,
boy Chihuahua and a girl Great Dane. That's the only possible way.
Yes.
Because if
yeah,
it was
because
a
if it
boy
had-
Great
was
Dane,
a-
that Chihuahua would have been like
Oh my
straight up
God.
impaled. I mean, so
I do not even want to picture that. That's like that's some dark web shit right there. Oh man.
or it was like petri dished, like you know what I mean? Like it was
Right. Yeah, it would be an artificial, most likely. But like, imagine how that turns out. Imagine it's like got the legs of the Great Dane, but the head of the Chihuahua.
I don't know. I'd have to see that.
You know, just like it's just a totally mashed up dog that
I
has-
definitely need to see that picture.
Yeah. And it'd be crazy too, because if you had a litter of like 10 or 15 dogs, then you could just have the most random, I guess 10, 15 dogs is a lot of dogs, but let's say you had
Yeah, it is.
like 7 dogs, even still is because my buddy just had 11, so that's why I was thinking that. But
Yeah.
I know that's kind of a rare occurrence, but yeah, like even 5 dogs, you can have 5 completely different genetic makeups that would be hilariously funny. We should do that next time we do an AI.
just
should
just
we
mix
should
breeds of
do-
dogs and see what happens.
Yeah, a Chihuahua Great Dane mix being walked in like, what's that park again?
Central Park
Central Park. That's it.
that we
yeah.
always use. Yeah. It's the easiest one that I can think of, and I figure it should have a lot of pictures of.
Yeah, and everybody knows it too. Kind of, it's
Yeah.
pretty iconic, right? The Chihuahua Dan. Wait a minute. The Chadan. Chadan.
I have a beautiful Great Dane that lives right next to me. Actually, he jumps every time the dogs go out. He'll jump up. He gets yelled at. Now that dog doesn't like the water. Like their punishment for him is to spray him with water when he jumps to look over the wall.
Oh, really? So he's just like,
Yeah,
what the hell?
and he just starts running. Yeah, it's funny. It's hilarious. I'm like, you do that to my dogs, they're just gonna jump at the water. I'm like, having fun now.
Yeah, you're spraying them. They're like, oh, so jumping on the fence is good? Okay.
Yeah.
That's like my cat. Years ago, I had this cat that you'd spray him with water to get him to not do something, and then he would just he actually liked it.
Yeah, he's like jumping into it. Okay, you want to play? Let's go. Yeah.
Like, all right, okay. Oh, so this water thing, what is it? What's the emoji he just did? A barking dog, it looks like? Yeah, I think so. It's so tough because they're so small. I think it's a barking dog.
Maybe. Kind of looks like a duck on mine.
Yeah, that's why I'm like. It also looks like a spray bottle too, if you look at it with
Yeah.
your eyes kind of across.
If you look at it real quick, without a doubt. Congratulations, you got 100
Exactly.
messages from. Oh, okay, we got 100 messages today. Thanks, guys. Thanks for chatting.
Oh wow, sweet. Yeah, we haven't done it in today for sure, and maybe not in a couple days, but we definitely, Nifty and I both have nothing but love for you guys coming through and hanging with us and being part of the channel and coming back every day, because that really is that's what it's all about. We're here because we wanted to have this community that's so awesome grow together, and it's working. So thank you so much for hanging out. Zanziki, thank you for being here and watching your artwork be put to the test. And everybody else, KG, thank you for allowing me to knight you this morning. It was an honor and a pleasure.
Re-night, because for some reason I
to
killed it.
re-knight you. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
really
for some
thought that
reason-
I gave you VIP though, and from my understanding for Twitch, VIP gets access to everything. So, because I gave it to WT also. WT should be a VIP, and a couple other guys.
Interesting. I wonder though if VIP is just the one right beneath mod, maybe. You know what
Well,
I mean?
it
Like, it's not-
replaces it won't let you do both mod and VIP, which is why I assumed that they would be the.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That's why I assumed that it granted it.
Yeah, I think VIP means, from my understanding, is it's like your VIP are the ones who are there often, hang out,
Yeah.
are like VIP, and then the mods are you get that special ability to do certain commands and whatnot in the chat.
Yep.
So
Oh, by the way, there's this wall right here that really pisses me off, by the way, all the time, because while I'm aiming, where is it? Where's it start? There it is.
you catch the corner.
Yeah, it catches the corner on the outside of the wall, and I try to
Yeah.
aim that corner very tightly a lot.
Yeah.
I always forget to
You
mention
assume wrong. What's up? What's going on, Bernie? Wait, what did we assume?
that. What are we assuming?
Oh, that I assumed that it was a spray bottle.
Oh,
Or that I assumed
right.
that it was a dog. It is a spray bottle. Because that was my initial feeling, was that it was a spray bottle, but I'm like, I can't see it.
Oh, so he's like that, and that was from when we were talking about squirting the dogs with water.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Because it's weird. Because at the bottom, it looks like a dog with the barking thing going, and then it's wearing like a blue cardigan, and the tail at the back.
Right.
It looks like a golden retriever. So Bernie says, "You assume wrong. VIP mod. Laugh out loud." Oh wait, so VIP is above mod? No, that doesn't
I
make
thought
sense, does it?
so. I really did think that it was. Like, so I'll look at it again after this and get it figured out.
Interesting. Because everywhere else, mod is like
Because
mod is mod, right?
I need the I see that Grant posted me the code, but I wasn't paying attention to it when it came, so it's well past timed out. So after this, I'll get my code back and I'll get re-signed back into Twitch and get all that worked out.
Are you sure it's not? Maybe he sent you the text one that won't expire.
I didn't ask for the text.
Oh,
You have to actually request the SMS. So the
gotcha,
initial one
okay.
that it sends is the timeout one.
Gotcha.
No, as soon as I saw it pop up, I was like, oh, I'm not even going to try to deal with this right now, and just
Yeah, right
just
now.
didn't do it.
Going great, Bernie. How you doing today?
If VIP is under mod, I'm both on a few different channels. Alright, so it does actually allow it to do both. I don't know, for some reason I felt like it didn't let me do it when I went to try to do it. But yeah, I'll work it on. Like I said, I'll get back to it again today.
I picture Bernie did that with like an English accent, like VIP is under mod, good sir. You know, because then it just makes it sound like he's like diabolically trying to get me in a conundrum.
Are you driving in the snow and in the snow, sleet, and the rain today, or are you off? What's going on with you today, Bernie?
Yuck.
Yeah, he told me about that last night. Bad weather in his area today. Taking the day off. Snowstorm, yep. Good and bad. It's good that you have the day off. Bad that now you just have to work twice as hard tomorrow. Or whenever the
Forward
snow
to
stops.
you. Hell no, I went back home, he said.
That's what I would have did. I wouldn't have left home.
Oh man. I did snow removal for a career for a bunch of years, and
What am I looking at?
man, I hate shoveling. I hate the snow now because of it. I don't actually hate it, but man, I'm just like, do you want to see a grown man cry? Just I wake up the first time and there's 1.5 feet of snow that I have to shovel. I'm like, I don't want to go outside. And then I just don't because I don't have to. So
Yeah, well, me either.
yeah, exactly.
But me either. Oh, I get people sending messages. Oh, it's a busy day today. It's a Tuesday, guys. Come on.
All right. I'm gonna
Send me
rip
all
it
those
down
messages
here.
on Mondays.
Is my screen still shared? Yeah, it is, right?
Yeah. I had just literally switched back to you.
Sweet.
There you go.
Let's go.
There you go. You're good. I bet I'll have to shovel later, so I'll bitch about it for sure. Just dump a whole ton of salt out there. That's what I did every year in Pennsylvania. Or
Oh,
if
just
I was,
on the driveway?
yeah, I would just dump a bunch of salt. Like I would just make it look like it already snowed in salt. Just dump salt all over.
Yeah, we actually had contracts where that was the move, was you would go and you'd shovel, and at the end of the night you'd have to go back and then re-throw down a bunch of salt. And man, I because you know, after like a 20+ hour shift, you're like, okay, I'm not going out again tomorrow to clean off a driveway.
All right.
So then we would just salt the shit out of the people's driveways, and then there'd be people from the islands would be out salting fish on my walkways because I threw so much salt down.
That's funny.
Like it's literally like a 1/4 inch deep, and I've melted all snow within a 2-meter radius of the driveway. Because I'd be damned if I'm gonna go back and reshovel again.
Well, when I was hardcore gaming and living in Pennsylvania.
Mic on.
Yeah, now you can probably hear me. When I was hardcore gaming and living in Pennsylvania, I used to just get up because I would stay up almost all night and just play games. So then I would just go out and take a broom and just sweep like every half hour, 45 minutes before it would pile up.
That is the move. If you can be on top of it, yeah. Like if you can shovel 5 times, sure, it's 5 times, but 1 time of the whole thing is just, that's how people die of heart attacks.
Oh, and back pain and all kinds of shit. I mean,
Oh God. Oh my God. Like when I did it, I ran behind a snowblower for the most part, and wow, that's some kind of torture. Doing sidewalks that are like a mile long, but you've got to run it 4 times to clear the whole sidewalk.
Right. Apparently I have a splinter and I can't get the fucker out.
Oh. Damn you, zombie scum. So, did Zanziki, had he ever played the game before or seen the game before you talked with them, or was it this was like the
I
first?
never spoke with Zanziki, so today is the first time I have seen him also. I knew that he was watching our videos a couple weekends ago because he had to do it before he did the PC.
Okay, so this isn't like seeing it for the first time.
Yeah, no, he's at least seen the game before. I don't know if he played it. If he's still here and listening, maybe we'll answer it.
Yeah.
Working on an idea for a suggestion for Undead Blocks. Long story short, should a blunderbuss count as a pistol or a shotgun? Because there are versions of both. Well, it would depend on, for me, I think the answer to that would be barrel length.
Yeah.
So if they do it,
Blunderbuss, isn't that like an original gun, like an old school gun?
well, yeah, the idea behind the blunderbuss was it would take gunpowder to make it fire, and you put whatever the fuck you could find down the barrel, and it would just shoot it. So right. So if you had forks and knives, you put forks and knives down that bitch, and it fired forks and knives. You know what I mean? It was literally just anything that could hurt somebody. Which you nails, fine nails, boom, in. So it would depend on, to me anyway, and I think this is how it is in real life also. The blunderbuss, there's the long-barreled version, which would be for more like the shit that I was just talking about, and then there's a short-barrel version where people just dump pellets and shit into it, rocks, whatever it was that they could find, which would be the handgun version. So I guess it would depend on the barrel length. But yeah, that was the idea, because that way pirates didn't have to worry about really carrying ammo. They just literally found whatever they could, shoved it in, and shoot it.
That kind of weapon. That is my kind of weapon right there. I do. Now that I've finished the 1,000 challenge, I actually really like these 10-minute rounds. I find them fun.
Yeah, they're good. It kind of feels like it's just that right amount of, okay, then I can go take a short, 2-minute break, grab a drink.
Exactly. Uh-oh, took that zombie out.
In 3 weeks when we're doing 50-round games, that's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah, we are about to go and take that down. I was having quite the brutal night last night with the DMZ.
I actually did all right last night in DMZ. I was having a fun night with it.
Did you? I couldn't get.
I was dropping solos and just third partying people. Is all I did for a while. I was dropping solo.
What does that mean? Like you go.
So when you hear
other
when you hear other gunshots, I was going over to those gunshots, finding out which ones had the backpacks because they're the real people, and then I was from a distance while they're fighting their bots. I was putting extra shots in them and downing them, and they go to get their shit.
Oh man, that's so evil.
It just became like, and I wouldn't do it at the extraction zones. Like I was doing it, where they're actually legit fighting. But I would go in with, either a DMR or a sniper rifle, whichever one I had, and I would just sit there and pop bodies from a distance and extract. I actually did pretty decent last night.
I
got a whole bunch of keys stocked.
Oh, so, sick. Okay.
Now I'm going to start working on. Now that I'm starting to learn the locations, I'll start working on them. I need something to do for the next 3 weeks until we have multiplayer. So I guess Warzone's it because it's more fun than Apex.
Yeah, I mean, Apex is cool. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't really. It's not. I hate dying and then I'm done.
Right.
And then yeah. At least with this one, it's still frustrating when you're doing good and then you die. But at least you played for 10 minutes before that happened, right?
Right.
Like when you get dropped in, you're right on the enemy troops. It's pretty.
Greg, the person that I would go into Discord for that. He wants to suggest a blunderbuss for Autism Pride event for Autism Month, and if I remember right, isn't that like the beginning of the year, right? For some reason, I feel like saying that's in April. But either way, for that, and it's a really good idea. Since the official Autism color is gold, I think it would look cool. Blunderbusses are usually gold or bronze, actually, in color. That would be a pretty cool idea. I believe the person you would want to send a message to in Discord for that would be either Zomboss or Mick Zombie. I think they're the guys that handle that mostly. KG could probably answer that even better than me, or just verify at least.
Now with his newly found mod powers, he should answer that.
See that it is April. See, I didn't even have to look it up. I actually do know some stuff. And by April, they can definitely get something like that done. So.
I was just testing to see if KG was still listening, and he was.
Oh. Oh, we are late. Okay, there's 2 minutes left. We can do this. He won't die during this. We will be back in 30 seconds while I do a sponsor break.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Zombie Network News is powered by FlyingPhoenixPCs.com, Quality Reborn. Go to FlyingPhoenixPCs.com to get your quality custom PC using coupon code ZNNUB at checkout for some amazing savings. They even have pre-built PCs with prices starting at just $700. Support Zombie Network News when buying your new PC from FlyingPhoenixPCs.com by using the coupon code ZNNUB.
There we go, sponsor break. I actually forgot that they still got to watch you because I forgot that I knew I was going to be doing that. So you were still up there and going.
Sweet. Yeah, and once you do that, because I don't have it on, so I don't echo. Yeah, whenever there's certain things that you do that I can't hear, so I'm like, I just try to pretend like I'm like,
Right.
oh yeah, I start doing like,
I just want to let you know so you didn't try to overtalk it.
Yeah. No, as soon as you say that, I'm like, okay, my mic is not on mute, but I am. Oh shit, I'm on fire right now. If I could get the
Right.
zombies to come out.
Yeah, that's actually kind of like, because I don't kill enough early, I don't get enough at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I need to get the other account signed in for the next holder tournament.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been playing on my personal account, not yours, your other account.
Yeah. You got that still, right? All that
Yeah.
info?
I mean, it's in our chat, so I can just look it up. But
Yeah, and if we're safe, I can send it back to you.
yeah. But they're saying one more holder tournament before full release. So that means a couple weeks for the next holder only tournament.
Yeah, so not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Wonder what it'll be. Be another firearm roulette, or will be that will be an unlimited waves test. Questions abound.
See, when I don't forget to reload ammo like an idiot, I actually do pretty good.
Yeah, that's my yeah. I would say I probably waste a minute because I continuously put ammo.
Easily, yeah. I just forget to do it. Like a total. It's like I'm like, oh, you have to reload in this game.
Uh-huh.
This first time playing, I didn't know.
Oh, there was a lot of first-time players that would be pretty pissed off at you doing that for the first time. I keep reading about people getting mad about spear zombies in round 1. I'm like, oh, come on, man.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Spear zombies in round 5 is what you really should be.
I'm like, you just need to practice up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You
You want to rip one, or you want me to do another one?
There you can go. I'm about to go run to the restroom and let the dogs out real quick.
All right. And then I can do the same when you.
And then
come
I'll
back.
run. Yeah, as you say, and then I'll run one after you.
Awesome. Okay, let
So,
me
yeah.
get in there. There we go. Oh, you know what? Let's just mix it up and do a quick little MP5. So how are you guys all doing today? What's a Tuesday, right? I was gonna say it's Wednesday, but it's Tuesday. How's everyone's week progressing so far? Do any of you guys follow any of the World Cup, or what's going on in your worlds? Talk to me. I know KG was watching. It was you that was watching the game yesterday, right? KG, Brazil. How did we do in that one? I say we because that's my second favorite team. Ooh, and how's U.S. shaping up? Brazil won 1-0. Okay, cool, sweet. Yeah, my favorite team is Italy, and then my next team is Brazil. I don't really follow it anymore, but when I do, those are the two that I care about. But apparently, I heard that Italy didn't even make it in this time or the last time, which I was quite shocked to find out. Oh, they're on their last leg, are they? Do I need? Okay. We got old Greg says, I'm doing good. Getting killed by... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Spear Zombies round 1 are the least of your worries. When and where in? Do you know if... is it true that Italy didn't make it? Do you know, KG? Or, I mean, I know I could just look on Google, but it's one of those things that I'm just too lazy to go into. Oh, my God. It's so lazy. I'm like, I couldn't find out anything I want. I'm just like, oh, but I have to press the keys. Come on. I only press keys to play Undead Blocks. Oh, no. Oh. Wow, Italy didn't make it. That's like... You know, soccer is failing when Italy did not make the World Cup. Then again, if you get like Baggio or someone playing, you're going to miss the net anyways, so what's the point? Wow. Jeez. What, they just had a bad year, or do you follow soccer? I know you've followed the World Cup, but do you follow it throughout the other 4 years to know what happened, or not really?
First time they haven't made the cup since 1958.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow. Italy's
like
always
not
had a
a-
pretty good team, but I mean, it's really just a matter of my assumption is just going to be that the world of soccer, just in general, has become so broadly accepted that it's not like the Olympics where everybody gets the chance to try. You actually have to make it in now. So if you don't have one of those top tier teams, Mexico has a lot of really good teams now. So they have a lot of really good
really?
players. There's so many other than the United States. Basically, soccer is the largest. Football it is the largest sport. So the talent out there has just become phenomenal. And then you add to the fact that TV. YouTube, all that kind of stuff that kids start learning at such an earlier age now. It's competitive, right? I mean, it's a super competitive sport at this point in time. It's not really just the dominant teams aren't as dominant. Brazil hasn't won the cup in a while now, and they were dominant for a long time.
I think they won 2 back, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it 8 years ago? But
About 8
Yeah.
years ago, yeah. Yeah, they had that pandemic funniness, but
and the United States is usually just happy to make it.
yeah, exactly.
Except for the women's team. Like, our women's team is usually pretty dominant. But our men's team it's kind of a joke in a lot of World Cups. Like we celebrated our 0-0 as a victory against Europe or against Great Britain or England, whatever they call themselves.
I mean that like we were talking about yesterday though, that is actually
That was a win for us.
that is a win when you're facing like it's like facing like a top 6 NHL team or a top tier NFL team. It's
I'm not that moral victory kind of guy. Like I need to see the dub. If it's a 0-0,
Yeah.
that's not a dub. That's a
No.
dude. We didn't do good enough.
yeah, no, I totally agree, but it's like when you're because it's not America's first sport, so
Right.
people like you were saying they don't really now more places are because it's actually become cool.
There's that too. Yeah. So Greg pointed out that some teams refuse to go to Qatar because of slavery and banning of all alcohol at the thing. Which I don't even know why FIFA chose Qatar, to be honest with, because of stuff like that. Like this is all just ingrained parts of soccer and humanitarianism. So there's a lot of it.
I think the thing with something like that is that it's like you expect them to do what you want when they come to your country, but you can't
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why did they even choose that country, knowing that? They have every other country in the world to choose from. Qatar bribed their way in, which makes perfect sense, right? They're going to be like, oh, well, here, we'll give you, $100 million if you bring it this way, because it's going to bring them more money than that back.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
and also
obviously.
at the same time, too, you want to, the slavery thing, obviously, clearly terrible. But it's like if you don't extend your hand out to people like that, then they don't have any incentive to try to be better. You know what I mean? Like maybe they the World Cup goes there and they see all these other cultures that are great and fun and nice people, and maybe it helps
Right.
them to.
Yeah, but that's what
corner, right?
people are saying about don't support the Live Golf tournament for like kind of the same type of reason, because they're all kind of related. Qatar and the Live Golf thing kind of have basically the same exact shit going on, because I think it might even be the same people involved. But that's why people are like, oh, don't
What's
play.
Live Golf?
Live Golf is basically it's at this point it's going to wind up replacing the PGA.
Oh wow.
They give a lot more money. It's just a more exciting event. It's they've got like music and shit going. Like it's not like boring golf really. And they're bringing in like the big names because there's so much more money. Like the guys that are winning that are winning. They're not winning $1 million for winning it. They're winning like $10 or $20 million when they win that tournament.
Oh wow. Jesus, I should get him called.
Right. They pissed off Budweiser because they paid to be the only beer at the World Cup. Oh, and then now there's no beer. Yeah, that would be pretty shitty.
And they're like, what we do, right?
Right, yeah, right. Well, here, let me give you a Coca-Cola.
Like, guys, we don't sell sparkling water over here.
Right. Well, what happened is that because the World Cup would have to back out on their sponsorship with Budweiser, like they would have to return the money. There's no point in sponsoring an event if they can't even utilize the sponsors' offerings. So I'm pretty sure that just got backed out, contract canceled. Unless Budweiser really just felt like, oh, let's just advertise where people can't even use it, but I don't see that happening. Well, I guess I would say, because worldwide people still watch the commercials, so maybe they got a discount on their commercial shares. They paid Qatar to be the only beer there, so they basically got robbed by a country. Oh. Yeah, I guess I should have thought that one out, though. That would be their own mistake for not realizing that they're working with a country that doesn't accept alcohol in its entire country.
Oh, the whole country is no alcohol.
Right.
Wow.
I mean, now the higher, if you're one of the princes or whatever, they get away with it.
Crazy.
But that's because they're also the ones that have all the money. Now, they actually allow alcohol in certain areas. They just chose to be nice to the other countries around them that don't allow it. Wow. See, that whole Middle East thing is just super confusing. Like I feel like I would get my hands cut off and hung within the first 3 days.
Yeah, you'd be over there like, oh, this isn't a sample? You're so used to Costco and you got the samples everywhere.
Right, yeah. Like, just because my natural personality wouldn't allow me to tell somebody, especially growing up here, right? Like, so for me, that would be one of the most difficult things, to go in the countries where things that I'm used to being allowed to do aren't allowed. I mean, for some reason, like I said, I'm not going to go to Tennessee because, there's no medical marijuana. There's not even, recreational either way. So I'm not going to go there when I know that my lifestyle isn't going to allow me to do what I want. Like, kind of the same way for a country like that. Like, I wouldn't even... It would just be too much of a risk to myself.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I don't vibe with their message. I'm just not going to go there.
Right.
Which I mean, that's that is the way to because it's better than going there and then you.
And then
know,
you're
like
in
that
jail
thing
for the next 9 years, like Brittany Griner. I mean,
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
because and then she had an empty marijuana cart in her bag, and she got 9 years for that. So,
That's insane.
and she lives in Arizona not here with me, but she's up in Phoenix. And that's what that was. Like, she didn't even from the understanding of it is she didn't even know that the empty cart was still in the bag. Like, it was just straight up empty, discarded, and they're tiny. I mean, they're only like a half an inch long, an inch long. So, yeah, that's a rough one. That's definitely
That's brutal for sure. But
yeah,
also,
that's
you're
a
gonna
political
travel.
arrest. I mean, she's a professional sports athlete, and we're having issues with Russia, so that was more of a political arrest to begin with. But just the initial point of the whole thing is still the thing, right? Like you're so used to doing something naturally that you don't think sometimes, and then boom, you're hemmed up.
Yeah. I guess just because of how it is here in Canada, I'm like, I have a backpack that when I travel that I've never even put anything paraphernalia, nothing near it because
Right.
I just don't want, like when I went to the Arctic, I had the same thing where even though it's legal in Canada, it wasn't allowed up there.
Right.
So, luckily I have my backpack that's always just, not right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, my father-in-law, my ex-father-in-law, when he came back from Amsterdam, he went to Amsterdam for the Cannabis Cup one year. He came back from Amsterdam. He had nothing on him, but his clothes were so pungent and smelling from being in every single head shop that there was in the entire fucking country because he was part of the judging for Cannabis Cup, so he paid for that judges.
wow.
Yeah, he paid for the judges pass. So that's like all he did for the entire week was just sit in smoke shops and just soak up the smell that everybody else was smoking. So when he went through coming out of customs into America, they pulled him out of line because the dogs just hit on him, right? And this is when it was still illegal everywhere in the United States. So but as soon as he walked off the plane, the dogs hit on him, and they pulled him out before he even got to like customs or anything. They just pulled him out of line, just assuming that he was gonna have a bunch of shit on him, and they get him down, they strip him naked, do all their shit. They find nothing, and he's like, yeah, it's just my clothes smell like marijuana because this is what I did all fucking week. Like I'm not a dummy.
Yeah. Hey,
So-
can you put a stream marker in the stream?
Yeah. No, I can't. I'm not signed in. Remember?
Shh, thank you.
Otherwise, I was going to, but no.
What time are we at? 1 hour 40 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, basically 140 exactly. Yeah.
Can you just type that in our chat? Actually, I can do it because my thing just.
Because you're dead.
Because I'm dead. Because I'm dead. Let's go. All right, you gonna rip one here now?
Yep. Oh wait, I'm not gonna do MP5. I'm gonna do AK. AKM assault.
Let's go. What do we got here?
Pistol, but
So what else are you guys up to for your
Taco Tuesday.
for your Taco Tuesday?
Taquito. What are the ads we got up? Well, we still have Altera up. Okay.
I need my bottle.
Altera is an upcoming partnered RPG game, guys. They actually have a live-action movie coming with it too.
I'm the real monster here.
Or show. I don't know if it's a movie or a show, but they're doing something live-action related to their game. Damn.
Cover me. Reloading. Scratch me.
Z-Bucks to the bank. Charlie Fibonacci, what's going on, brother? Welcome to the show. Twitch died for a second. I'm doing some work for really great charity, which is what I normally do. Oop.
Oh, yeah, what charity is that? Not that it really matter from where I am, but always interested in stuff like that.
My first NFT collection gave away to charities.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think charity is a really great thing. That's why I do the mustache every November, because it's it's you know, men's health, it's charity, awareness, all that fun stuff. So I don't generally hit people up for donations. I just more so want to do it for the awareness, right? I just find the thing with donations is people are getting hit up. You know, you go to the Walmart and they're hitting you up for a donation. So
right, you know, and then so I that's the thing, right? So you want to donate, but then every single store you go to is like, oh, do you want to give $1 to this? Do you want to give $1 to that? Well, if I do that, I'm giving out $30 a day, you know, and that adds up. So
yeah, and like I need that $30, especially in the, you know, and I know there's people who need it as well. But yeah, that's why I try to. What I like to do is I donate my time or my effort. That way, I'm still doing something, but it's what I can justify, right?
Yep. I help where I can. That's kind of where it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but also, like, it was funny one time I was driving up to a job, and there's this woman stuck at the side of the road, and because her tire went flat, so I pulled over and I'm like, are you okay? Everything? And it's like middle of the night, pitch black, middle of nowhere, like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, are you okay? And she's kind of nervous. I mean, I guess I get it as well that, you know, just some strange
random
guy
ass stranger
pulls over
right, yeah.
and asks you, you know, are you okay? So I get that side of it, but she's like, oh, the tow truck's coming, and you know, and I was like, well, I could just change your tire right now and get you back on the road. And then she tried to pay me. I'm like, no, just go. You know what I mean? She was a what's it called? PSW, personal service worker or whatever. You know, she worked in an old age home and was on her way to work actually, middle of the night, because she did a night shift. And so I was just felt like it was a good thing to do. And she was like I said, she was trying to pay me, and I'm like, no, I refuse to, you know, because I just think of like the women in my life that, you know, were they at the side of the road, I would hope that a man would stop and help them as well, right?
Yep.
So
it was just like the other day, I changed my tire to the spare tire before she went to get the new one that needed, because I was like, well, why give you the risk? If this fucking thing goes flat on the side of the road, I'm not going to be able to come help you, and you're just going to be sitting there like a fool. So let me just put the spare tire on now, and then you can go get the tire fucking fixed. So,
yeah, and for the 15 minutes or whatever, half hour of your time to do it, is that not worth not having?
Exactly, 100% was my thinking on it. Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, because that'll be the time that she does get the fine. Like a cop decides to show up and help. Oh, your registration's expired.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, can we help you? Oh, look what we have here.
Like, they'll stay behind me at the red light and not do shit. But if they're already pulled over, like the car's already essentially pulled over, then they'll hit you.
Yeah. They're like, oh, look at this sucker. Fresh customer. That's why you gotta slowly roll through red lights. Reds are just a suggestion.
Yeah, not here. I failed my first driver's license because of slow rolling stop signs.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That is not
It was
good.
funny. My ex-wife laughed her ass off because I didn't get a license until I was like 24. I just like the same argument. I just didn't care.
Yeah.
And so then when I get it, I've been driving since I was like 13, basically. You know what I mean? And never got pulled over, never nothing. Driving stolen cars and everything. Never had any problems. And then I couldn't pass my fucking driver's test for the first time.
Yeah, just all the bad habits piled up on you.
Yep. Like, I passed the written, but as soon as I went to do the actual driver's test, I was just so used to driving for so long, right, that I wasn't super cognizant of being exactly how the book says to do it. So I just drove like I was driving with my friend in the car, and I failed.
You like light up a cigarette, just chilling. That's funny. Yeah, that's why this year, this over the summer, I went and got my full motorcycle license finally because I was at my last. Like it would have expired by the end of the year.
Comments that you guys can't see. It would be interesting to see zombie explosions, like a zombie bomb, which deals damage to the player if he stays close. That could be a possible thing with blood boxes. Charles Fibonacci.
Where's Charles on Twitter?
That's what's the other one? No, YouTube.
YouTube? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh shit! Oh, I got out of that. But yeah, so that could I could see that possibly being a thing with blood boxes. Which any autistic charity is great if it's run by autistic people, not like Autism Speaks, which is evil. Sorry for late response, Twitch is lagging like crazy. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, any charity that takes advantage of the people that they're trying to be charitable towards is like, you might as well just be the devil. You know
Right.
what I mean? You're
It's
trying
like-
to do something good and then you steal from those people that are already in a bad place in life. What kind of person would do that?
It's like the guy that runs Goodwill pays himself like $1.5 million a year off of free shit.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I know. The crazy thing to me about all those things is how they have, they're like, oh yeah, we're doing this charity, but then they actually don't.
Right.
You know, like, why? Why would you? I mean, I get it, it's money, but
Or like the March of Dimes, like people don't realize what the March of Dimes, like they even tell you in the name. It's called the March of Dimes for a reason. For every dollar you give them, they only actually give 10 pennies of it, a dime, to charity.
that's
The other 90% is theirs. Like that's like like open evil. That's what that is.
oh, that's not the worst part. Autism Speaks thinks they're helping by trying to forcibly care people, and they still use things like electroshock therapy. Holy
Mhm.
shit!
Yeah.
Really? Wait a minute.
for
Electroshock
autism,
for
yeah.
autism?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus. Wrong. Electroshock therapy. Like, that'll work. That's gonna fix it. Oh man, I hope we can, I don't understand why in this iteration of the world that we can't, like, just, it's gonna sound so corny, but I don't care, I'm gonna say it anyways. I don't know why we can't just get along, you know? Like, we
I
can
knew you were going. I was
disagree.
like, can't we all just get along?
Yeah, it's like we can disagree, we can have all these things, but I mean, really? I don't know. I just don't get it, actually. I really don't get it.
I do. People gonna hate. Haters gonna hate.
And it's, I guess because I have brothers growing up, so you'd have those times where your brother would do something stupid, you'd punch him in the head, and then a couple minutes later you ask him if he wants macaroni and cheese for dinner. You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
so
my brother
simple.
stabbed me. It took us a little longer to get over it.
Well, stabbing, I guess, is a bit of a, yeah.
It took us a little longer to get over our stuff, but we did eventually. We still don't talk to each other, but
Yeah. Yeah, like Cloud said, he won't support Trump no matter what. Mofo got caught years ago stealing from charities. I don't know anything about his stealing from charities, but yeah, I'm not like, yeah, I don't know. Trump is a mixed bag, I think, because in a lot of ways, he is, a terrible human, and in a lot of ways, I think he did good stuff. So it's a tough one. But I mean, stealing from charities, like I said, I don't know anything about that. So if he did, that's obviously clearly horrible. But yeah, I think I'd rather that guy than like Hillary Clinton or or Brandon or Did you freeze, Nifty? Are you still there? Or are you just?
no, I'm
like,
here.
you're
I'm
like-
just not commenting on that one.
I was gonna say, you did freeze actually on the stream for a second. That's why I'm like, I think Nifty is not gonna touch this one.
Nope, I'm not touching that one. Nope, I'm staying out of politics,
Yeah.
especially since I actually live here. So
Yeah, I just wanted to respond to like that, so you didn't think that I. Yeah. And yeah, politics is so tough because it is one of those ones where it's like, now we're not talking.
Yep. And it's not that I agree or disagree, like Cloud. So it's not like it's that. I'm just gonna stay off of politics on the show, for the most part.
Yeah. Like I said, I just figured I would answer the, so you didn't think you're ignoring, and then yeah, I'm the same boat.
I mean, even on my personal Twitch or Twitter at this point, I've done as much as I can to try to stay out of the politics side of things. I mean, I do obviously have an opinion, but that's the one thing about politics is it's all opinion. Unless anything else happens, unless you have direct facts, it's all opinion because the media spins everything the way they want to spin it. So.
Well, that's why I brought it up a few weeks back on the show that Wag the Dog movie. If you guys still haven't watched it, Wag the Dog is something that, it is just a movie, but it's kind of an eye opener a little bit, in a little bit of ways, because you see parallels between that and what's going on in the real world. So, but yeah.
I mean, you could do that by watching Batman's Dark Knight too. There's parallels in almost all movies now. They have to put a little bit of realism into it to make it more viewable, essentially.
Palatable, yeah. Yeah, and like that, you know what, man? And it's funny because you seem like a cool guy. We could sit down and talk, and worst case scenario, just agree that we don't agree on it, But yeah,
right, yeah, absolutely. The problem is that there's some people that aren't that way, right? And I just don't want to incite the riot, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. We're like, we just got the lighter beside the TNT, and we're like, want to do it? Do you want to do it?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, and also we're on like Undead Blocks official. I'm not on my personal channel, right?
Exactly.
So
exactly. Yeah.
A lot of what we say can decide to be spun as something that is an official a stance of Wagyu Games. So.
Which it is clearly not. Yeah. But yeah. We should definitely address your headshot game is coming up.
It's getting there, but I take my time, right?
Yeah.
The thing is sometimes I get in a hurry and.
Yeah, and especially because it's like you're basically just playing it so people can see it, so there's not.
Right.
You're not like trying to win the competition or anything, so.
I just want a sight. Give me a red dot at least.
I know but you know what I actually noticed about was it Kiefer or Copies? Kiefer, I think I was watching. That man, he just slowly walks across the map. He's like blap blap blap. No,
because he can snap. My weakness is snapping. Like I can't go like back and forth like that and land right on the person I want to go. I have to take my time and try to find him once I get close.
Yeah.
And run out of ammo. Again.
Oh, stuck on the garbage can.
Oh, you sneaky little bastard.
Sneaky. You estimate my sneakiness.
Damn hookers.
I'm kind of curious why everyone decided that the spear zombie is a chick.
I don't know. Well, they've all got anybody in black has a mask.
Has a mask?
Right, you haven't noticed that they all have masks? If the spear zombies and the hook zombies have a mask on, so.
No, that's not a mask. That's their face has been deteriorated by the zombie parasite.
Oh, this one is.
Body.
Okay, so that's a real face, but I feel like the spear zombies have masks.
All right, let's go. Let's get them right nice and close. Go for. Wait a minute. Wait for it.
Oh yeah,
no,
there's skulls. You're right. There's skulls.
Zombies,
yep.
Yeah.
I thought it was a mask. I just die myself to get face to face, or kill myself to get face to face with a zombie.
Frick you, sucker!
Damn it, ammo.
Ammo. Okay, I'll be right back, Nifty.
Yep. Ammo up. You have to keep the business face pretty, exactly.
Cover me! Reloading!
Bull market it is, huh? Bitcoin up today? One of these days I'm going to have to keep the Bitcoin profile up so that every time you ask it, we'll answer it. Damn, that was horrible miss. Horrible. Guys just dodging all of them. Come on, jeez. So I heard the 1 in 5. Wait a minute here. I'll read that in a second. I heard that in solo, wave 5 zombies is built like wave 20 or something like that. What's y'all's thought about that? Roughly, that's still just a guess. We haven't got like a full confirmation. But there's no doubt that our current wave 5 is not going to be the wave 5 in the game. Like there would be no reason to make it escalate to that difficulty that quickly. Because that would mean that, I mean, you're going to take... Nobody would be able to afford ammo by round 10. Just because the amount of ammunition that it would take to kill a single zombie, even with like even with the F1 or the AKM, no matter which one you're using. Like, it would almost require you at level fucking 10 and 20 to actually have to have an RPG to kill stuff.
Which I don't know if you know, but Grant had mentioned in one of his AMAs that he did that the whole point of the 5 waves was that it was a placeholder at the beginning so people could see it. So
Right.
that was why level 5 was so hard, was just so that people could get a feel for what it is. So
Yeah, I don't even think it'll be level 20. I think it might even be higher than that.
I mean, it's pretty mental to think that, you know, 3 clips from an F1 still doesn't take down as a brute.
Right.
So, I mean, it's cool. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I think that's what's going to make it fun, is that it's not easy. I don't like that. As frustrating as DMZ is, I like it because it's frustrating and it's
Right.
hard.
Because there's a
I don't wanna
challenge to
play
it.
a
If I
game
could just
that's
go in
easy.
and win every fucking time, right? It's
Yeah,
not
I hate
fun.
that.
There's
I
no.
hate
I
that.
do at least need the challenge. I agree to that. Yeah.
I literally, in my lifetime, I have never once played a game on anything but the hardest mode that they have for the first time to play it. And now, I mean, believe me, there's times like when I was playing GoldenEye back in the day, and their whatever their expert level was, I was playing that. Yeah, it's frustrating. You know, you turn the corner, you get one shot killed by the bots, but
Oh, I got one shot killed so much last night in DMZ by a
Oh
fucking
my
bot. I
God.
was so mad. I was getting hit by shotguns like as soon as I walked around a corner and shit. I was
and from
what
like
the
400
fuck?
meters away, like kill shot. Yeah. No, it's but you know that because the reason is because you and I are running in like you
Yep.
know what I mean?
No,
So
they're
you
just
gotta play
bots.
the
This is
game.
gonna be easy. Oh shit, I'm dead.
Yeah, this is really
Without a doubt. Oh shit, I'm dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right now, my guess is gonna be at least level 20 zombies, if not higher.
Exactly.
Because even at level 20, that's still a shit ton of bullets to kill to kill a single zombie. And now, yes, you'll have 3 other people shooting them with you. Hopefully. So that'll help a little bit, right? Because that's going to soften them up. That's 4 times the bullets that you're spewing at them. But yeah, I just think it'll be. It's definitely not going to stay as it is.
Yeah, and how do you feel about Light Cloud? What are your thoughts on it? All right, I'll run it. Oh shit, wrong ones.
Ooh, bombs look good.
Yeah, I love them bombs. They the bomb. Oh, I almost landed on Light Cloud. KG landed on Light Cloud, taking him out.
Now he's taking a nap.
Yeah. Oh,
there
who
he
else
is.
is taking naps over there at the other side? That big. Who's the big cat?
The big guy. That's one of our regulars.
Oh,
'cause
it's
he's here
YB.
yeah, as I say, it's here every day. So.
Oh, Wyme's great. He was hanging last night. I love that he's like, me and Diamond Hands were being idiots and just like blah, 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 going on. And then every once in a while, I'd be like, why me? Are you still there? Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Just sitting here looking through stuff and da-da-da. And you're like, oh, okay, sick. Cool. Okay, back to this screen. There we go. Let's go. Let's... MP5 or AKM? What do you think?
Whichever. I just like the AKM better. I think I like the way it sounds better. I like the way that it shoots better.
Yeah, me too. I like this AKM business right here.
I like the bass behind my gunshots.
I just love being able to play games again and enjoy it. KG just slice and diced me. All right, revoke his mod privileges. You're going straight down to the pleb roll. What do you get you down there for beating me?
It's the little Pokemons that keep kicking ass today, though.
Yeah, he's a bit
They're just kicking
dragon.
people in shins.
Look at him. And he doesn't even get hurt? Come on. Light Cloud, who did you pay?
Kicking people in shins.
What a sore loser. That was a test. I was like, oh, KG signed off for the day. He thinks we don't know this.
Actually, it looks like KG might win this. Yeah, it's going to be close.
KG.
It's whoever gets the next hit in first.
Oh, turn around. KG, turn around.
Oh, he got the loss.
Yes. Get him.
I can't tell who that is yet.
Letters
are super
excellent.
tiny.
Good win. I secretly paid off whoever that was. Oh, it's old Greg.
Oh, nice. There's the win for Greg. There you go.
Nice win, Greg. You earned it. I paid old Greg to beat you, by the way, KG. I'm sorry, but I had to do it. I told him I would double his gold reward if he took you out.
Cheater.
Oh, this isn't being recorded, is it?
Every day. Well, actually, you can't unrecord it from Twitter. Once it hits Twitter, it's there. So.
Oh, yeah. That's actually pretty cool that you can live stream for as long as you want, but you can't upload, and the live stream remains.
Right.
That is pretty cool.
And then I figured out that it actually just keeps track of total views. Like, it's not showing me who's viewing right now. It's just views.
Like how many people came through. Got you. Hey, man, that's still, you know what? For nobody knowing who we are and few hundred people a day coming through is pretty amazing. I'll take that any day. Like I said to you before, I'd rather 10 people that are amazing humans than 10,000 that
Bots.
I don't know anything about.
Right.
You know?
No, eventually we will have that. There will be several thousand people that, don't get acknowledged because we're only paying attention to, the subs or the regs, the VIPs and whatnot, because
Yeah.
we're only 2 human beings. We're not robots. We can't really pay attention to every single comment.
Totally.
Eventually.
Well, that's why I found a channel last night that they had like 3 people and they were all kind of watching the same one chat to make sure. So maybe that's something. I know you've got the big plans. So
yeah, the mods. That's where the mods will
sure.
come in. They'll be the ones that'll highlight messages for us and decide.
Or like even how what's his name WT has it where King Crypto will be like, oh, so and so said this.
Yeah.
That's a cool move too, because then they're kind of like.
Well, that's what we're doing
voice.
right now. You're playing, I'm talking. When I'm playing, you're
it's
talking.
perfect.
So.
Yeah.
Wigglytuff. I don't even know the Pokemon names. Like, if it's not Pikachu or Charmander, or that's probably about the only ones that I know, to be honest. I can't think anymore.
Man,
So
I barely know the name Pokemon. Did you ever play Pokemon? Oh my god, it ran out
No,
of
I didn't.
ammo.
I was a Magic the Gathering player, so I didn't touch anything else. I didn't do Yu-Gi-Oh, I didn't do Pokemon, I didn't do whatever else was out at the time.
Funny, that was the only card game I ever. We didn't even really play. We tried, but me and my buddies couldn't really get into it. But we definitely had the Magic the Gathering cards, and that was a pretty cool.
I got into that in prison.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Something to do. That's you could definitely see getting into it there.
No, it was worth it, and we because I was in that was little county jail, and I was doing 5 years in a county jail, so I'd actually gotten to know a whole bunch of the COs, and like I had my laptop in my cell. I was getting away with shit.
Your laptop?
Yeah.
Yo, you were on vacation for
So
5
yeah,
years.
we were getting away with shit. So
I guess as long as you're not being bad, then why not, right?
well, once they get to so like they literally got to know me, right? And I got to some of them are still friends on my Facebook if I still used Facebook. So it was a small county, right? I mean, it was tiny to begin with. I was literally the reason why I had to do 5 years in the county is because my judge sentenced me to go to school, to go to college from jail.
Oh wow.
So instead of sending me to the state prison, he made me do what was 1 day less than a state prison sentence, which is legal in Pennsylvania, in the county prison with school release. So like even if I got in trouble, like when I was in the hole and I got in trouble for fighting somebody because they snitched on me for doing tattoos in there, like I punched him in the face, they put me in the hole, they still had to let me out for my 10 hours a day to go to school.
And like go to school, but like you didn't leave the premises.
No, I went to school. Yeah, no, I went.
You actually
I went
to a
to
school.
Bloomsburg University. I walked from the jail
Wow.
to the university for 10 hours a day, and as long as I was on campus, they couldn't fuck with me.
Man, that's a pretty damn good deal, almost. Shit. And
Yeah, I had a
and
really,
they paid for
really
the-
good judge. Honestly, like he was really legit. And no, I had. Technically, I did. Right, I still had to file for my student loans and all that.
Oh, okay. So, but okay. It wasn't like a state.
No, it wasn't covered, but it was required. They legit said, look, you are going to go to school. You are going, because they knew I was like a soccer star in that town, and like so they kind of knew who I was before I got there, and they're like, look, this isn't you, blah blah blah, that whole storyline, and it really wasn't. It was just the availability of my life at the time. So, they were just trying to help improve my situation by forcing me to go to school. So it was a smart judge. It was a very good judge.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? That's like because. It's like to you, it's kind of a punishment to go to school, right? It's like I'd rather be playing Magic the Gathering in the jail.
Well, that's what I did during my off season, during summertime.
The breaks, yeah.
But yeah, and the way that got in is we had an old guy he had alpha cards, like the complete set of alphas, and had a whole bunch of them. He's like, dude, if you can get them in, he's like, this would be because they're not going to sell them on commissary, right? And we couldn't just get them mailed in. So I was like, well, you let me know when you can get them here, and I'll tell you, and I'll have COIs and how we're going to pick them up, and that's what we did. So we had a whole bunch of Magic the Gathering cards. We learned how to play in jail, and we passed a shit ton of time doing it.
No doubt.
And then after that, I got out and kept playing because I had a whole bunch of alpha cards for free. So.
Oh, you brought them back out with you?
Oh yeah, I didn't leave them.
Crazy.
No, I left all my D&D books. Like I had the full D&D collection, so we could play D&D. The dice were illegal, so I had to get them brought in by the same CL. But the books were allowed. But you can't play without dice unless you try to I guess we figured out a way to use playing cards for a little while as dice.
Yeah.
But then, it just wasn't the same. It wasn't as fun. People started to realize there was, the marks on the cards and whatnot. So we got the dice in, and then I did leave that entire setup there when I left.
Good, man. Have something to do.
Right. Well, and there's no inherent collectible cards get value down the road, right? So I'm not gonna leave this shit here for you guys. You guys need to tear it up and do whatever down the road anyway. They're gonna turn them into poker
Roll
chips.
cigarettes out of them.
or they'll turn them into poker chips down the road. I'm like, well, no, this is gonna come with me. But D&D, I knew that they would keep playing. So I left that there.
Gotta take care of the boys.
I mean, they took care of me for a while.
Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah, you gotta become a family of sorts.
Yeah, some of them. Let's hear. So, Ken, you met Mobius the other day. Two of our friends were in there with me. That's actually kind of hard, a little bit of how I met Ken.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, he seems like a totally chill guy.
Oh yeah, he's as down to earth as you can find. His wife slapped the shit out of me one time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was funny. It was funny in retrospect. At first, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, like, bitch, you don't slap me.
Well, like I said, I would talk to that one set of parents, and and we had, so I had was it my second child at the time or third? That was my third daughter that they didn't know about, and I invited them up for my second daughter's birthday party, and then they got there and saw that I had a third daughter too. She was just an infant; she was like 6 months old. So after they left, I told Mobius's wife, I was like, well, that was the first time they saw or even knew anything about Evelyn. And they said, and she's like, what? And then she just walked up and slapped the shit out of me. She's like, you don't hold shit like that back from your parents. I'm like, whoa, okay.
First of all, touch me again. How dare you?
I mean, that's what my girlfriend at the time was looking at it like, dude, what am I? Because she was a cowgirl, like she was full up, farm bred, right? So she's sitting there thinking, like, what do I? This is long time, like, because me and Ken were longtime friends. So she was like, well, what do I do? And Ken even stepped in between. He's like, oh, you don't know the background between him. Like he understood. You know what I mean? Like, the background between my parents. Right.
Yeah.
So he knew what it came from, and he stepped in. He's like, look, you don't really know what's going on between him and his family, and the background with it. He's like, you stepped out of line. Like he did it. He did what was supposed to be done on that, and she did apologize. But yeah, she slapped the shit. It's still one of my favorite stories to tell because in a way she's right. You know what I mean? Like.
I mean, she's totally right.
So okay, fine. If I'm not going to talk to my parents, don't talk to my parents. But don't just surprise them with a child when they show up.
Yeah, especially
or with a grandchild.
Yeah, that's not the kid's fault, right?
So I was in the right, she was in the right at the same time. Like that's one of those things where two people can be right.
Yeah. It's like her perspective was right because you could get it, and yours is right because
I lived it, right? So like I had lived it, and she just went with the what she knew, and I still to this day I never got upset with her about it. Like you know what I mean? I was like, wow, okay. That just happened. Like it was kind of like the slap with Will Smith walking up on stage and slapping the dog shit out of Chris Rock. Like that's kind of the essence of how the whole situation went down. Like everybody got quiet and just looked because they all knew my background. They're like, "Oh shit, what's gonna happen now?" You know what I mean? And I just kind of stood there. I was like, "Oh, okay then." So
yeah, you're like, wait.
Yep. And that's really would be like a direct comparison was the Will Smith smacking Chris Rock smack. Like something was said and then something needed to be done and the something that needed to be done happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but they're both traditional Italian family, full on traditional New York style family.
Right.
So fun days, man. I have so many fucked up stories to tell people that just randomly pop into my head. Did I hear about the football player who retired after selling a rare Pokemon card? No, but I know that some of those things sell stupid numbers, like millions of dollars sometimes because of the rarities. And even to this day, I guess Pokemon still has new packs coming out, and people are like, "Oh man, I just got this super rare card." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I don't know what it is, but I guess there's also a card that's just a placeholder card, like for when they print out their card mats and then they cut them." One of the cards is an odd number, so it's literally just a blank card, and it says placeholder on it.
Yeah.
And sometimes those cards will accidentally get thrown into a pack, and people get it. Like they're not even supposed to be in the pack, so they're like the rarest of cards, and there aren't even an actual Pokemon card. It literally says placeholder on it.
But people just because there's
there's maybe one that pops out in an entire pack. Not pack, but an entire release.
Yeah.
So they're super, super, super rare. Their whole card market is dry. Well, yeah, because first off, NFTs, right? I mean, let's not lie. So everything can be made into an NFT now. Almost all of the games are turning into Web3 style playable games, such as Splinterlands or Skyweaver or things like that. The errors are actually really common, right? But for them to actually make it to market and actually be put in a pack is kind of rare. Like those placeholder ones were supposed. I just watched a thing on it the other day. Actually get thrown out by the company, but then every once in a while one sneaks through. It's a card. Only 44 were made for a special Japanese art contest. Yeah, right. So when there's 44 total out of millions and millions of collectors, yeah, that's a huge value.
Yeah, and there's people out there that normal people like us are like, don't even understand the kind of money that they have. Like, there's rich people out there that you and I will never understand potentially what that is.
Right. It's like, Elon Musk. So he's like, he dumps $1 million on something and it's really chump change to him. It doesn't mean, it didn't even dent his pocket. So
Yeah, he's like, you know what I want to do? I want to build a spacecraft. Like, wow, okay. Like, not a bicycle or like a skateboard or something. Like, you're just going to go straight to friggin' space travel? Okay, all right, okay. I mean, I like how he thinks, but damn.
the Illustrator card. Are you talking about me, the Illustrator? Yeah, I think so. It's like when they print out like money, it comes in a big old sheet. Well, the same thing with Pokemon cards. They print out a big old sheet, but they only have a certain number that are supposed to print out on the sheet, and then there's always that one extra corner card so that it's a square sheet. So whether it's a 15 and they're only making 14 on the sheet, and then that 15th spot is the extra card. I'm just giving numbers. I don't know the actual numbers here. But so there's what's the extra card? They call it a placeholder card, just so that the print comes out evenly like it's supposed to. And then the whoever's there when they cut the sheet, they're supposed to throw out that card. But every once in a while, that card gets missed.
Oh, you need 20,000 this round, dummy.
Like I said, that's the extent of what I know. That was how it was explained on I believe I was watching the SkyTech stream the other day when I saw that, because they do a lot of Pokemon openings on SkyTech. So the really expensive one, that the other person's talking about. Oh yeah, the 44 one. Yeah. I mean, and then here's the other thing. So imagine if that same person went and bought the other 43 of them and just tore them up, right? Now it's literally a one of one because he destroyed the other 43.
Can you imagine? That would be pretty epic. You spend $40 million buying Pokemon cards just so that you can rip up 39 million of them
and make your one card a $50 million
card. Your one is now
card.
worth $500 million.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
a good investment, actually.
Now that was an old trick for like classic card collecting and like baseball cards and stuff like that. People would actually go around and it's pretty actually kind of known that some of the common cards become rare cards because people just started destroying them, putting them in their bike spokes in the 50s, so it made a really cool sound. So some of the more common cards, people are doing that with the good cards too. Oh man, I used my Babe Ruth card. Now they really feel like shit for that, but you know what I mean? So
imagine looking back on that moment, you're like, yeah, that's a good 5-year plan.
Yeah, that wasn't a good plan at all. So
yeah.
Issue is you need somebody to buy it. Well, there's that too, but there's always somebody out there to buy the weirdest shit. I mean, you're right. It might not happen the day, it's just like selling our stuff on the marketplace. We were just talking about it yesterday. People just keep lowering their prices so that it's the first one to sell. It's just kind of the same thing, right? You just need to find that buyer. Or it's also like the guy that has his ZK pack at like 6 fucking ETH. He's not trying to sell it, but eventually maybe somebody buys it. So
you imagine you just forget that you had it up for sale, and then all of a
boom,
sudden,
it's gone. Right.
It blows up, and you're like, 6 ETH? This guy's an idiot. And then you just pay the 6 ETH, and then the guy comes back like, hey, where's my zombie killer? It sold for what? That's what happens with those when you see the bid prices with the wrapped ETH. It's because people put in a bid, and the person didn't set up their thing correctly. So then you can actually snipe that because they don't have it to have a minimum bid or whatever.
Right, they didn't know how to set it up. Yep.
Yeah.
A guy in 1911 did it to half of the rarest cards. He bought half of them and then destroyed half. Right, and then it just immediately improves the value. Yep. You can do it by buying all the serialized cards of one player. Right, and now that everybody's on eBay selling their cards, right? I mean, so it's going to be hard for you to collect every single available one out there because some people just aren't trying to get rid of it. But so many people do sell stuff now because they're trying to the flipping market on everything, whether it be houses, cards, NFTs, doesn't matter what it is. There's a flipping market on everything. People flip cars. So, well, that's essentially what a car salesman does.
You just have to have enough money to not worry about that car you bought, and then just put it up for sale and wait for someone to buy it.
Well, no, but there's people. I mean, it's like I said. Essentially, that's all a car dealership is a car flipping. Like they go buy it from the fucking.
Oh yeah.
They go buy it from the auction. They bring it back and they flip it for profit. So, I didn't think about that till after I already said it. But then you set the market right. You buy the floor and you make your own floor. That's what I said. If my patent sells before Christmas, before January even, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna buy the fucking floor and I'm gonna make my own floor. Like legit. If I have $20,000 in my pocket that's spending cash, I will buy the floor because there is no more to mint, right? And this isn't financial advice. This is what I will do if I have that kind of money in my pocket. I will buy every fucking thing that's on the OpenSea market, and I will make my own price points.
Yeah, that's what I've never understood about people. I'm like, the floor is low. Well, yeah, but your item's for sale at that price, you idiot.
Yeah,
What do you think?
you made the floor, right? I'm currently doing some buyouts, right? That's just that's marketing 101. I mean, that's how people buy and flip houses. That's just anything and everything. If you have the funds to affect the floor price, you do it. Because that's where your profit comes from. That's why so many people sit there and just keep buying. Okay, well, as soon as somebody sells something at point whatever, I'm buying it because they know that they'll just be able to relist it at the actual, going value price.
And like you said, there's only going to be right now 3,200 weapon
Period.
packs.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Let's think about that.
And then whatever's actually still listed for sale right now.
Which is pretty crazy because people are like, "Oh, that's not even that many." But I mean, as a collection, that's actually a pretty sizable amount of things,
Right. Well, yeah, because a lot of the FT are 10,000 FT collection, or 70, 77, 77, 11 or 33, 33. So there's just different. As long as there's interest, you'll be fine doing exactly. And as long as the game survives, which I have no doubt that it's going to, because that's the whole goal of Grant's thing. He's building it to survive. He's not building it as a profitable. Well, okay, he is building a profitable game, but he's not building it with the intent for every player to be having the goal of profit. The goal is to play the game. So that's what I like about it, is that we want to have a playable game, and if you have the money, you can also earn extra money. So
I think it's going to be funny when we get to a point with this game where people are playing it not even knowing that they could win valuable stuff.
That they can sell their stuff, that they just get it.
Free,
right. They get it, and then they find out later on, wait, you can sell this? And then they're like, well, how do you do that?
Holy shit, this gold skin is worth what?
Yeah.
And you're like, and then you're like, hey, you can sell that. And they're like, and then there is going to be that, if everything doesn't fall apart, there is going to be that moment where everyone goes, oh,
shit,
yeah, okay,
I missed my chance. Well, no, you could still get in, but you missed your chance at the first season stuff that's going to be worth a good ton of money by season 5 and season 6.
Especially that they all move forward with you. Like, imagine you have like the season 1. Yeah, the To the Moon skin is a perfect example. When people everybody's got an RPG, hey,
Interstellar.
Oh, Interstellar. Sorry.
To the Moon, they had to change for legal purposes.
Because people are 371.
Well, no, because the government doesn't want to. The representation of calling it To the Moon is basically saying that it's another crypto thing, right? So
that's what. Yeah,
they don't want to. GameStop doesn't want to promote the chance side or the value side of the game. They just want to promote the game. So anything that has to do with that kind of stuff, their legal department is basically shooting down.
Yeah. Fair enough. You know what? Save yourself from the grief.
That's 100% where they're at. They're like, well, if it's only a matter of phrasing and wording, we'll just make people change the words, right? And that's really all it is. And that's also why we dropped the API and staking, because we can't be a security.
Yeah.
Right. No meme stock references, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah. People get a little dicey on the meme coins. Can't blame them.
Right. Yeah. Like if we do a Doji skin, it won't be called Doji. It'll be called something else. Not that we would. I'm just putting a reference out there. I don't think we would ever do a Doji skin. I don't say ever, because at some point in time, they've already said there's a possibility of actually being able to create your own skins because of possible drops. So maybe there would be a Doji skin, because maybe that's what somebody wants to make. So there's that possibility.
Yeah, you're like some huge Doge fan, and you just want to have it.
You just want to see it, right?
Yeah.
So there is that possibility, because at some point in time we are having the possibility of self-inspired, player-inspired skins.
Yeah.
As well as self skins. That's going to be pretty cool. He hasn't come back to that comment in a little while, but the possibility to actually get yourself skinned into the game is going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
So, throwing in another sponsor.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Zombie Network News is powered by FlyingPhoenixPCs.com, Quality Reborn. Go to FlyingPhoenixPCs.com to get your quality custom PC using coupon code ZNNUB at checkout for some amazing savings. They even have pre-built PCs with prices starting at just $700. Support Zombie Network News when buying your new PC from FlyingPhoenixPCs.com by using the coupon code ZNNUB.
Thought a Wall Street Bets character would have been a cool idea. Wall Street Bets is the one that actually started the whole GameStop revival, actually. They're the ones that were doing the hedging and the community building to make sure that GameStop revived. And that's the reason why GameStop's still here and thriving now.
Yeah, it's crazy how a couple year story can change, eh?
Right. Well, I mean, GameStop really only started to buy because almost all the consoles are digital only now. Like, there's no need to buy a disc anymore, and that was their biggest thing at GameStop, was going to trade in your disc for another game.
Yeah.
So the digital revolution in technology kind of killed, the traditional GameStop that we're aware of.
Yeah.
I think what they need to do, if they're going to keep on with this with this marketplace, they need to make it so that people can go to the physical GameStop and actually buy like a gift card for the marketplace. Spend real money, get a gift card, put in a code, and you can spend instead of having to go and get a wallet and all that shit. Yeah, which is why I feel they should have a skin. They did save. They didn't basically. They did. GameStop was literally 3 days away from bankruptcy when they started doing their shit. So, yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, it'd be really cool if you could do that, where you buy a calling card.
Right, it's just like WoW, right? You don't have to go through WoW to get your monthly subscription. You can go to Walmart and buy a gift card and scratch it off and put the code in, and there's your month, or 3 months, or 6 months, or a year, whatever you bought. You know what I mean? So it's the same idea, and I don't. I mean, maybe they are thinking about something like this, but to me, Apes saved them. Right. Well, I mean, between the two of them, they were all together. Walked in the room with a case and almost dropped it because I was so hyped to hear that. Nice. You've been doing it. I try to get them on every hour. I'm not going to say they're exactly on the hour, but I try to get them in there. I don't want to stop a conversation because we lose track too often. So if we're in the middle of a sentence or something, I try to finish that before I go into it. But awesome. I'm glad you got to hear it, Sanziki. Much coffee. No, I just got like a cramp right here. But yeah, the idea of being able to just walk into it and be like, all right, here, I just want to buy, $30 worth of marketplace credits. And boom, you can spend it on whatever you want in their marketplace. That's a win-win for every single promotional piece of event that's on their marketplace, because it can be spent on anything at that point in time. Multiple games, like they wouldn't have to just buy a loot coffin, like they would have extra money. Okay, well here I'm going to buy a loot coffin for Undead Blocks, but I also want to buy this for Kiraverse.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and that would give them that ability. So, because I think Kiraverse is on there also. If they're not too, they're about to release within the next week or so. I think actually Kiraverse on GameStop.
Yeah, we gotta get in contact with some of these people.
Actually, a lot of they're so busy right now. And then, so this week the challenge is actually Art Basel. Like, there's a lot of people in Miami right now for Art Basel. That was why I didn't get my appointment yesterday. We had to reschedule that because they had forgotten that travel day was Monday, essentially, for Art Basel. So we weren't able to get our phone call in. We'll be doing that next week. GameStop can do what the last Blockbuster did and do other things, like how they made a beer. Plus, GameStop can do what the last Blockbuster did and do other things like they had to make. Blockbuster made a beer? Well, see, a lot of Blockbusters were privately owned. There is actually still a Blockbuster open somewhere.
Is there really?
Yeah, because it's privately owned. Like, the company went out of business, but the individual owners were allowed to do whatever they wanted, so it's actually still up and running.
I mean, I was saying last night, actually, to my girlfriend, that I think that the disc, the compact disc or the DVD, is actually one of the best inventions of all time for data storage.
Oh, it was.
I mean,
but
the size isn't that good, but...
Well, and then that's why Microsoft tried to come out with the HD DVD, which died. because Blu-ray won, right? Because Blu-ray is
Right.
the same thing, but it holds 50 gigabytes instead of 20 or whatever the HD DVD had.
Right, which is, yeah, exactly. And I mean,
But
to
even
me, as long
now-
as you treat those discs good, they're good forever, really.
It is, but if it's usable, right? I have a PC here that I can't put a disc in. Right.
Not anymore. You used to be able
Right,
to.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You
so
could still probably could Zanziki. Could you Zanziki?
I'd have to do it.
Zanziki-
It would have to be an external drive. There's not a drive bay built into this.
No, but could they put one in though?
No, it'd have to be external.
Oh.
They just don't build them anymore. Like the cases just aren't designed for CD case for CDs and DVDs and all that anymore. It's just not. It's not common enough. It's not needed. I can just put it on my USB drive and plug it in and watch it. You know what I mean? I don't need to have it on disc.
Yeah, I've just had too many USB drives go kaputs on me.
So.
But yeah, that makes sense. Interesting. I didn't even realize that they don't have.
They revived Blockbuster. It's actually getting reopened as a company because of that single store. Yeah, and it makes sense. I mean, we're getting to a point where it's just a matter of, we say this all the time, companies have to pivot. So you just pivot to make it work for what's needed. Actually, if Blockbuster does reopen, they need to get Dr. Disrespect there as the two-time. He's the only person that still fucking promotes him. The two-time Blockbuster champion.
Blockbuster. What a great idea. Just to have a store that buys 9 million copies of a DVD, rents the hell out of them for a couple of years, and then sells them back to the people for at one point I had the craziest DVD collection because I just 5 for 20, or you'd get like five DVDs for $20, or what else did they have? They had like
They used to always,
10.
always, them, and like I said, I worked for Hollywood Video. Well, actually, it was Hollywood Video, but I worked for the Game Crazy side of it. So Game Crazy was basically a GameStop inside of Hollywood Video. They were the same company, but they made an actual game store inside of their stores. And I ran two of them in Philadelphia, and it was a really smart setup. But it was the same thing. Like you'd walk out there, and they would just have their DVDs just for sale. 10 for $20 and this and that, just to clear them out, because once they're no longer being watched, they're just taking up space, and they have to make new space every week for new movies. So yeah, that was always the greatest way to get a chunk. Like some people wouldn't even go watch the movie when it came out; they would just wait for them to sell it, and then just go buy them. And
I mean, that's where I was. I couldn't afford to go to the movies, so I just had every movie I ever wanted, and then some that you're even just like, whatever. I need a fifth.
Exactly. I need to fill this in. I need to get my discount. Fuck.
Yeah, 5 for 20, so I gotta pick. Okay, all right, I'll take this one.
Let's
go.
You're like grabbing like Memoirs of a Geisha, which is a good movie, but if you're not into that kind
Is
of
it?
a movie, yeah, it was. See, but I'm heavy, and you might like it too, because you're heavy in the Japanese culture. If you're heavy in the Japanese culture, it is a good movie. If you're not, it is going to be slow. So it depends on like who you are. I love Japanese culture, so for me, it was more about watching the culture of the movie and learning what a geisha actually is, because it's actually pretty true to the story.
Crazy.
To what geishas actually have to do for living and life and all that stuff. Man, I haven't seen it in a long time, and it's a long movie too. There's that too. It's like a 2-hour and 20-minute movie. So.
Oh shit! So you're in for the.
Yeah.
You're in for the haul on it.
Yeah, why me do this? If you don't pivot, you fail. Absolutely. Shit. In the 1 year that I've been open, not even a year, I've been open since April. I've been an official LLC since April. I have pivoted the direction of our company at least 3 times.
I mean, you have to.
Right. So.
If you don't, anybody who's not willing to do that you're going to fail 100% of the time.
Yeah, if you can't adapt and overcome, if you think that this is going to work forever, it's not. It's just
exactly.
It's not. I mean, unless you're like Ford, and even then, they still pivot, right? They're not making gas cars. The Mustang is no longer a fucking Mustang. It's now an all-electric SUV. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
Wow.
Like, it's not bad. But it's that same idea. They as a company, you got to move. The world is always changing, and you change with it, whether you like it or not. Well, Why Me Do said that, as I just extrapolated his sentence. But remember when Blockbuster had a chance to buy Netflix? Right, because nobody thought that a digital medium was going to work. And here, you can't even really watch cable anymore because you have to buy fucking all of them. all the pluses, AMC Plus, this plus, that plus, Paramount Plus, the other pluses. You know, you can't just watch it on TV anymore. You have to actually pay for each subscription if you want to watch your you know, on demand.
Crazy.
So, or make sure you have your recording set to record it every week.
Yeah, do your DVR.
Yeah. I remember setting the VCR up, get the clock right.
Yeah.
Biggest
Oh
news
man,
of
then you
this
come home
century.
and it didn't work. You're just like,
Yep. Or it would get, or it'll almost always start like 2 minutes late, and you'd miss like the intro.
Yeah.
Like the important part of what the episode was about.
Like the most important part. Yeah. So evil.
Now Netflix is the shit, and Blockbuster's posting memes and drinking their own beer, laughing. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, I mean, and
I
you
mean,
don't
that's
know,
like everything in
right?
life. It's easy to say, you know, I should have done this thing,
Right.
but
Retrospect is a bitch. You're always
You
right
know.
in retrospect.
yeah, exactly.
But if I remember right, the guy that sold out, basically closed down that, he didn't care. Like he had more than enough money to really not give a damn about reopening.
Oh
into
yeah,
another-
he had that blockbuster
Yeah.
money. Don't worry
He
about
did.
him.
He did not want to pivot. He didn't care. He was like, "Oh, I don't have to work now. Sweet." You know, walked
He's like-
off.
He's like, by the way, I'm worth millions.
Yeah.
So I'm good.
He's like, "I'm good. My kids are good. My kids' kids are good, and probably theirs too. So, sayonara." That is how that worked. Stuff changes super hard, super fast, and that's just a daily basis. I mean, shit, my life changed, you know, in a day when I almost lost my leg. So,
That's insane. So like, you actually, like, was it like almost completely gone?
I didn't really get the chance to look at it, but,
No, but I mean, like, you know, from
literally
what
my I don't remember the bone, the bottom bone on my leg, not the top, not the femur, but the other one, the bottom one, was shattered into like 4 pieces. I don't know if it was sticking out or not because I had jeans on. But they drugged me up with whatever the fuck they give horses.
Ketamine?
Yes, ketamine. They gave me that, and then they started yanking on my leg to straighten it out.
Oh my
Before they
God.
cut it open and put I have like an 8-inch long plate that holds my leg together.
They just start yanking on it.
Yeah, and tibia, yeah, that one.
I
No,
was
the
gonna say
tibia,
fibia and tibia, right?
that's the arm, isn't it? The fibia and tibia. I don't know. Either way, but yeah. So I broke that because I got my leg caught between the back of a car and a motorcycle. Fell asleep instantly. Instantly. Don't remember hitting the ground. Don't remember anything after that. Woke up just as I could hear the sirens coming for the ambulance, and then when they got me to the hospital, they did their X-rays and did some stuff like that, and then they said, okay, well, I was refusing all kinds of narcotics. They said, well, we're about to do some stuff that you definitely don't want to feel, so we highly recommend that you accept this narcotic.
Yeah,
So I
please
took the
take 2 of
ketamine.
these.
I felt like I was in a spaceship because everything got all kinds of crazy, and even though I can't say that I felt the pain, my wife said that she heard me yelling every time, and she was halfway out the hospital. So there's that.
Yes, you were there, but you weren't there. That's
Right.
basically what that sounds like.
Yeah. My parents started renting as many movies as they could to get free movies when they went under. Right. So my local movie store at the time had the gallon pickle jar filled with water, and they put a shot glass in the bottom of it. And then if you would drop a quarter and get it to fall in the shot glass, it was a free rental. And they didn't limit it. So I had gotten used to it, like skilled. Like I would go in with like $4, and I would make all but 5. And I would have like I got up to the most I could give you was 99 free rentals. I got up to 99 at one point, and I had to stop because they couldn't give me my free rentals. And then they
Just
eventually,
losing money.
yeah, and like basically because of me, they took that away, and it was a donation thing, right? So they were giving the money away to whoever the charity was, and I'm sitting there being like the only guy putting the money in it, but I was getting so many free, and I was like renting games, like I would use my free rentals on shit so I wouldn't have to buy the game.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? So I would go out and like instead of going to buy the new SOCOM, I would just go rent it and never return it, and just be like, oh, just re-rent it. You know what I mean?
Those are my free rentals, son.
So I would spend like $5 a year on a game because I would just get free rentals. And then game, what's the rental one on the internet? Game something.
Oh, I have no idea. Never done it.
You can rent. You used to be able to. I don't know if they actually still have it because it's digital now. But you used to be able to get you had a monthly subscription. They'd send you 1 or 2 games a month, and then you mail it back, and they'd send you another one. GameFly. I had a GameFly subscription for a little bit. Tried that. I didn't like that because then you would have to wait a couple of days in between games. So I'd be like, dude, I have to give you my games, and then I have to wait 3 days for more to come. Fuck.
Yeah.
GameFly.
Like,
yep.
what the hell?
So I stopped doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, now everything's digital. It's not as like it's even worse in a way, right? Because we can't go to GameStop and trade in our game for our money back, or a good chunk of our money back, even if it's a sports game that you only play for a week and get tired of.
Yeah.
Now you're stuck with it. So now I do subscriptions. I have the EA subscription. I have the all the game subscriptions. So the Game Pass subscription for Xbox. So that I can just download and play as much as I want and get rid of it. Or if you have the Xbox Game Pass subscription, you can just sit there and not even download it. You can just play it through there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It is I forget what it's called. I have to open it up now to figure out what it's called again. You can stream. You can just game stream. You don't even have to download the game.
Stream.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And that's not their entire library, but it's a couple hundred games. Like there's and some of the old school Xbox games you can download and play. So it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I was saying it the other day, but I'm looking. I might get myself one of those emulators, and just get all the old games like the Atari and all that.
Oh,
stuff.
I thought you were about to say you're gonna try to play some mobile games.
No.
That's what the emulator's for, man. I used to go in and just wreck people on PUBG Mobile by playing on an emulator, and as cheap as it is, it still makes you feel good. I don't care. When you can still win and you're getting 13 to 15 kills plus every time, it makes you feel good, whether they're playing on a mobile and you're playing on a PC or not. I don't care. I don't do it anymore, but for a while I did that. And then, Call of Duty Mobile came out, so I did it on Call of Duty Mobile. And now Apex Legends Mobile is out, and I'm thinking about doing it on that, because at least I can feel good about winning on Apex Legends Mobile too.
Yeah, you're like, you start getting hate mail though. They're like, this guy.
Oh, well, they can tell. Like, it's so obvious. But the argument behind it is so what if I'm playing on an emulator? The same person can go and buy. They make controllers now that you can just attach your phone to, and you can still have a controller play on your phone. So it's not really that it's not that much of a what's it called? Like cheat or a benefit by playing on your PC. The only difference is it's a bigger screen. It's a little bit easier to see.
Yeah.
But they're sitting there playing with a controller if they want to also.
Funny.
So it's there. But yeah, I used to. We did have my earlier streams years ago were pretty much that. I would just play the mobile versions on PC.
Just have people squealing the whole time.
Yeah, well, you don't hear them because they don't have. It's not like open chat like we have now and call it, at least not on mobiles. So
Yeah.
You wouldn't. But yeah, you it was definitely obvious. You could always tell who was playing with a mouse and keyboard and who was not.
Yeah.
And now PUBG is mostly bots. Like, it's not even worth playing. But
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's no fun.
yeah, and it's obvious bots. It's not like bots in Warzone that are actually pretty good. It's stupid bots.
Yeah. So for sure.
Just some dumb bots.
Those bots.
Well, guys, I think we covered a bunch of stuff today. It was a good day. Today is Taco Tuesday. It's going to be Wednesday tomorrow. I don't know what exactly we'll cover. We'll cover something new. In case there's any new news that comes out tonight, we'll get that too. Maybe we can get Grant on. If you guys haven't, speaking of, if you guys haven't went to this Twitter post, right? Oh, there's a sneak peek. What's that for? Oh, the RPG. I already saw that. Which one was it? He has one that he said if it makes 50 posts or 50 comments, they'll give away a loot coffin. I'm trying to remember which one it was. I think it was this one. I think it was the one with BitBoy. I believe Grant had said in general chat, I don't feel like looking that up because it was in gen chat, that if it hits 50 comments and retweets and shares, that he was going to give away a loot coffin to somebody. So check on
Go
that
wrong
one.
with that. Cannot go wrong with that.
It is the Web3 Gaming with BitBoy Crypto. It is Kyle pointing at BitBoy in the picture. It's this one right here.
Nice.
Don't worry about the FUD. Grant knows what he's up to, guys. And so, even if you don't personally agree with the sentiments of some people that we're trying to move on with and grow with, just remember that there's reasons for it. Yeah, that's I was trying to say that before you got there, Light Cloud. I kind of knew. There is a lot of people that aren't on the same page as BitBoy, but I do understand where we're trying to go with this. The point is to grow the game, not necessarily be... He's not trying to partner with BitBoy, right? So just understand that. We're not trying to make a partnership with BitBoy. We're just trying to expand our audience with his.
Yeah, I don't even have no idea who that is. So
I mean, so he's an opinionated Web3 content creator, essentially. You know what I mean? So but he only creates his content on Twitter, and what he was a big time, crypto investor, but then he got wrecked by SBF and all this, just like everybody else. So now his most recent thing is just trying to get a hold of, Sam Bankman-Fried and trying to do stuff on that. But his opinions are his opinions, and just don't forget that, guys. We're allowing people free thoughts. We are, but he's also got over 1 million followers. So even 8% of that, 1% of that would be a great huge boon to us. That's 10,000 people. So
definitely.
Right. So yeah. So just like I said, you don't have to take anything to heart on anything that on anybody that we support. Just remember that everything that Grant and the team support are trying to get the support for trying to grow the game. I had actually spoke out just a basic comment against another game that we're very, 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 very loosely affiliated with, and I mean very loosely. And I had gotten semi-reprimanded about it, just because some things need to be, what is it, in the middle, like on the fence, not on the fence, but like neutral. There you go. We need to stay neutral on some things for what we're up to make us grow. So that's where we're at on that. You have anything to close out? Well, let me go back to you so we can see you. You have anything to close out with today?
Just thank you for everyone hanging out, and it's always a pleasure, and it's so much fun to have you guys interact the way you do with us, because it really, we're 3 hours in and didn't even know what happened. So
yeah, it was a quick one today. I agree.
Yeah, love it. You guys are what makes it. Old Greg coming in and getting right in the mix of things. Why me as always, Light Cloud. Everyone else that's been here, you guys are great. It's quite a pleasure to hang out every day, and this is what I get to do. So,
right, nobody can complain about what we have. Like the whole goal is to love going to work every day, and I love going to work every day. Like, I'm tired when I wake up, and I close my eyes, and they want to fall back to sleep. But as soon as I open them again, I'm like, oh boy, I got this to do. Like when I wake up, I'm awake. Like, because I have. It's not like going to a normal job. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, well, that's where I was.
Right, that's the bad part about working for people. You can't say all your opinions and thoughts. I mean, I do have to. It's not that I can't. Like, I could. I just choose to kind of be a little more particular about some things too. And I can't. You're right. I can't say opinions and thoughts about some games essentially. Life. I can say whatever I want. But again, it's still going to be in this position. Period. Even if I was just doing it for myself on my own channel, I would still be as neutral on a lot of things as possible, because having a strong opinion on something will alienate somebody else because they might not agree with your opinion. And just because you have one different opinion doesn't mean that you don't have 90 very equal opinions with that person. So
Yeah.
that I try to get it to as little opinionated conversation as possible, to be honest. Unless I'm already pissed off about it. Or in Discord. You'll see me jump in Discord a lot saying shit. I just did it again last night.
No.
So.
I
But-
think about doing it, but then I'm just like, man. And I've got. You ever see that movie with Adam Sandler, Anger Management?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh my god, that movie makes me. I can't watch it because it reminds me of my life. You're like, hey, how are you today? What a beautiful sunny day. And the person's like, dude, chill out. You're like, I literally said, have a good day. And you're like, telling me I need. And then when they turned it into a goof on him where they were going after him, like doing it on purpose,
Yep.
that would make me even more mad. Like, there's nothing to me worse than someone turning you, like, just doing this innocuous thing into, like, you now slighted them, you know? Like, you've, like, you know. Like, even me and you, we're like, you know, we disagree on, like, a little thing here or there, but neither one of us is, like,
Oh, I'm never going to talk to you
like,
again.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't deal with this. I'm out.
You're
You know?
fired.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, I quit. You can't fire me. I quit.
Oh, shit. All right, guys, I'm going to head out with this ad, and then we will see you guys tomorrow. We appreciate you. Same time, same place.
Peace out, guys. Thanks for hanging.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Zombie Network News is powered by FlyingPhoenixPCs.com, Quality Reborn. Go to FlyingPhoenixPCs.com to get your quality custom PC using coupon code ZNNUB at checkout for some amazing savings. They even have pre-built PCs with prices starting at just $700. Support Zombie Network News when buying your new PC from FlyingPhoenixPCs.com by using the coupon code ZNNUB.